MIBR, and that they looked really good on that. So I'm excited to see what G2 bring out on their side. Hopefully,
hi boys.
Yeah, it's kind of hard
කෙලින්ම අපි set line boys. මට කෙලින්ම live එක බලන්න ඕන එකමක් ආවා boys. අද G2 versus MIBR ගේ match එක යනවා boys. ඉතින් මට ඒක බලන්න හිතුණා. මම ඒක කොහොමද බලන්න ගමන් හිටියේ මට ඒක ඔයාලත් එක්ක බලන්න හිතුණා. ඉතින් මම ආයි ශනික live එක දැම්ම boys ගැම්මටම ඉතින් අපි බලමු මේ G2 versus MIBR මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. හරිද?
When I first saw G2 kind of dominate in their last best of 3, I think a big factor of that was them bringing out the double duelists and kind of changing up their play style and going for that aggression. Here, I was thinking, you know what, they've seen it. You know, maybe we're kind of preparing for that on the side of MIBR. But looking at this map pool, we haven't seen a lot out of G2 from this side. Whereas MIBR, we saw a lot of these just last night.
Yeah, well, here comes the agent select here. No shocker there. You're going to see Aspas on his trademark jet. But you are going to be seeing second on that Yoru, which is double duelist. That's good. He's going to get a little bit of presence on site.
Yeah, yesterday he did such a good job as that Yoru, flashing himself into sight, making sure he's getting a lot of those kills for himself, setting up everyone for success, while also playing on the other side of the map as Aspas. And this Neon, I love to see it. They are looking to stick towards a little bit more of that super active playstyle for G2.
Similar comps, but shows a difference in priority. MIBR want to put everything into Aspas, give him that favor jet, give him that off. G2 instead pick this Neon. It's a great agent for Jaw, and I think it does so much, especially for your defensive side. Having those fast rotations, that relay bolt that can completely shut down a hit, and an extra tool to help cut the op off and get into the sights.
And when we saw the Neon already coming out on split. Sideshow even did a little presentation on that, showing how Jog does like to go for those slings, does like to take space, because he can. He's so quick with those rotates, like Mimi was saying. So it makes sense that they're prioritizing that over just a basic jet comp.
Baby Bay has been gone for quite a while from Tier 1, but he was always one of the best duelists in Americas. Now he's against Aspas and Zekin. Those are the top of the board. An opportunity for him to prove how ready he is.
I mean, look, the Schmeeg is ready. I think he's prepared. We've seen this guy really grow on this team. He went from a, timid, more like, hey, I'll play the roles that need to be played. I'll cover the base wherever things need to be covered. No, now Baby Bay is online. He's activated. He's got a lot to work with here. He's got a great pool, Myrna, of people to work with as well that are clearly supporting his mindset and how he approaches this game.
I feel like when you have a team that has so many layers and such a good, solid foundation, that's the perfect space to start building onto that.
මෙතන Valorant ප්‍රේක්ෂක මම හිතන්නේ මගේ live බලන එකේ Valorant ප්‍රේක්ෂක අඩුයි ඇත්තටම.
New kind of play style. They've allowed G2 to be able to switch it up, which I think is where they struggled a lot of the time, being able to change up the pace. But now we've seen it kind of grow. The only thing is, are they able to keep up that pace against a team like MIBR?
Yeah, it's going to be so interesting to see. An interesting contrast too for Tex, that player who won Ascension with his G2
match එක යනවා බලනවද?
years ago, and once they actually made it into Americas.
පටන් ගන්න තිබ්බනේ තියෙන දම් බලන්න
දැන් පටන් ගත්තේ මටත් හිතුණා මේ බලන්න ගියා live එකක් දාලාම බලනවා කියලා මටත් හිතුණා බා.
Got picked up for this MIBR super team, and well, he takes a back seat to the bigger names.
මට හිතෙනවා අඩු කලින් match එක මේ NRG තිබ්බනේ NRG Cloud9.
Now an opportunity not just to
NRG ලා ගහන්නද? Sorry 100 Thief ලා NRG ලා ගහන්නද?
NRG ලා දින්න.
Why he's a part.
කොරාද Fnatic ලා කෑව කියන්නේ.
හිරාවද?
From the olden days.
අවසානයේ තියෙනවා අපරාධ
I would definitely say though, like for
MIBR ලාට වෙච්ච වෙඩේ
I
නැත්තද උඹ?
think that this Breeze is going to be such a
Fury යා හොඳයි බං
as we had noted already. Breeze is a map that
Fury එකම ගහුවනේ. හිරාවට උඹ.
G2 වලටත් ගෙවුවා.
ඒක තමයි බං මම හිතුවේම නැහැ මේ එහෙම ගහිල්ලක් ගහයි කියලා මටයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක අවුලක් නැහැ කියන්නේ ඒක පහට ඒ කියන්නේ මැච් පහම ප්ලේ කරා බං ඒකයි වාසිය.
They're going to need to show something a little bit different. Otherwise, I do fear G2 does have some of the reads because we have seen Breeze from
මේ
this
මැච්
before.
මේක G2 වල දින්නේ නැත්තම් G2 වලද පෙරදුනොත් එන්නර්ජි ලා ලොයිට් මේ
ගහනවා.
ලෑන් එකට ටූර්නමන්ට් එකට ෆිට වෙන්නේ උන් කැපෙනවා.
ආව්
ඒ දැන් G2 වලට ගහගෙන ඉඳපන් ඉන්නර්ජි
NRG ලාට
Awesome, folks.
NRG
Good news
හැමදාම
is
G2 ලෙන්
the
කරනවා.
game
එන්නර්ජිලා කනවා G2 ලගේ.
හැමදාම
So
කනවා.
get comfy, grab a drink, grab a
ඒක
Red
හරි.
Bull. We got a good one, and you got just the casters for the job. Here's Uber. And
උන් අර චැම්පියන්ස් එක දින්නේ G2 ල පෙරදිලා කැපිලා ගියා හන්දා.
ඔව්.
නැත්නම් මේ චැම්පියන්ස් එක දිනන්නේ නැහැ කනවා.
ඒ කියන්නේ උන්ට මේ උඹ කියන්නේ ෆේස් කරන්න බැහැනේ මේ G2 ලට.
හරියට නිකන් ඉන්නාජිලේ ක්‍රිප්ටනයිට් එක වගේ තමයි G2 ගේ නුඹ ගහ ගන්න.
They find themselves facing each other in our middle bracket final with Santiago on the line.
Both of these teams getting knocked to this bracket by Furia, the upset team of the year.
ඒනොට Fury කියන සෙට් එක ගැහුවා.
Which G2
Furia එක හොඳට ගහනවා.
හොඳයිනේ.
as being a turning point for their run.
ආඩිෂන් කාරය ගහනවා පස්සේ
අම්මෝ ආඩිසන් සුපිරිනේ ආඩිසන් අර
කොහොමද 1v1 ක්ලච් ටික
ඔව් මේ උඹ කියන්නේ මේ අරගෙන
1v1 එක සිට තු ගහනවා.
අර මේ මොකේද මේකේ තිබ්බේ ඇසෙන්ට් එකේ නේද නේ සෝරි ස්ප්ලිට් එකේ නේ ස්ප්ලිට් එකෙත් ගැහුවා.
ඉතින් මේම ඌට 1v1 සෙට් එක
ඔව්, ඔව්.
හැමදාම දිනු ක්ලච් කරා.
ඔව් උට ක්ලච් කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ.
That was led by Baby Bay and a return to form.
ඒ කියන්නේ ඌයි තව එනමි එකක් ඉතුරු ඉත ඌ ලොවෙත් ගහනවා.
ගහනවනේ.
හැම එකම දින්නවා.
දිනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඌට කොහොමත් 1v1 ක්ලච් එක ඌට ඊසි නේ කිසිම මේ එෆර්ට් එකක් නැහැ ඌ ඊසි ගහනවා.
Where he's comfortable.
බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා.
MIBR, they had a strong one against Furia, running the double duelist of their own.
ඒ කියන්නේ ඌ බං අර
On Breeze at the moment,
කද්ද
running this
දෙක
double duelist
MIBR ලා
and G2 don't
MIBR කිනු හිටි මතකනේ කාත් එක්කද මැච් එක තිබ්බ කියලා ඌගේයි අර සෙනෝම් කියන එකගේ වැරද්දෙන් තමයි උන් ඒ තිබ්බ ඒක පෙරදුනේ කියන්නේ කොහමද තිබ්බ ටීම් එක ඉන්නා දීලා ගෙන්නන එක වෙනවා මතකනේ
උඹ කියන්නේ ගිය පාර ගැන
ඒ මම හිතන්නේ චැම්පියන්ස් එකේ ඒක උනේ මම මතකනේ හරියට චැම්පියන්ස් එකේ වෙන්න ඕනේ
Quite the correction and just
ඊර ඉන්නා දීලා ගෙන්නන
මේ බේබි බියාව කාගේ රිප්ලේස්මන්ට් එකකටද බං?
would be putting himself
BBB ජෝනපි
ජෝනපී ගෙනේ.
that Viper wall drops from
ඒක මෙහෙම මුලින්ම ආවේ ලීෆ් රෝඩ් නිකන් සබ් වගේ ගැහුවේ
Baby Bay feels
ඊට පස්සේ මේ කෙලින් ජෝනපි වයින් කරලා වේල් අරෝ තියාගත්තා
බේබි බේවනේ.
out of window and
ජෝනපීත් හැබැයි හොඳයි නේ ගැහුවනේ ජෝනපීත්.
ජෝනපි හොඳයි
connect the shots
දෙදන්නේ මොකද
ජෝනපීට වඩා බේබි ඔව් බේබි බේ කියන්නේ මේ අර ඌ නිකන් මේ කමෙන්ටේටර් කෙනෙක් නේ මේ. ඒ කියන්නේ කාස්ට් කෙනෙක් නේ.
උවිස්සර ෆේස් එක ගිහුවේ
සිරාට මොකේද ගැහුවේ?
ෆේස් කියලා එකක් තිබ්බා ඒ
anyone right now.
some early whips.
මම නම් කියන්නේ
If there's one
ඩුවලිස්
player
කෙනෙක්
in
ඩුවලිස්
this
නෑ
circle
ඩුවලිස්
of
මේන්
the 10
කෙනෙක්
that I can trust to shake something like that off, it would be him.
මට හිතෙනවා MIBR ගහයි කියලා මේක.
Mental rock for this
අද
G2
නෑ බව
team.
උන් කායි
They've
නෑ
been
හිතන්නේ
down like in the game against Cloud9. They started slow.
Mate
He
හිතෙන්නේ.
willed them back into it.
බැරි වෙලාවත් MIBR ලා දින්නත් එන්න ඇවිලා
To the left on
Left නේ.
ලෑනර් මේ මෙව එන්නේ
lightly off.
ආ.
That was well played by
ඉතින්
MIBR,
මොනා
really
කරත් කනවා.
just playing off the drops of text.
මොකක් හරි ලක්කයක් තිබ්බොත් තමයිනේ. ලක්කයක් තිබ්බත් බෑ.
ලක් එකකටවත් තුන් දිනන්නේ නෑකෝ ඔබ අර ජීටුලත් එක්ක කලින්
ඒ
ගෝ මැච් එක බලුණා තේරෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ බං
Elbow, they handled it so well.
ජෝගමෝ ගහන සෙව් රවුන්ඩ් එක කෙසික්කෙන් ඒස් එකක් ගන්නවා
සිරාට ඒ ජෝග මොරන් ගහනවනේ. අම්මෝ වන්දබා.
ඒ කියන්නේ බං නිකන් අරුංග දැක්කම නිකන් වේවුලුනා වගේ සීන් එකක් ඉන්නේ අරුන්ට
අර ඌ මෙන්ටලි කොහොම පැනික් වෙලා ගහන්නේ එහෙමද කියන්නේ?
Rashid overall was able to connect to get
ඒකේ
active.
තමයි මන් දන්නේ අවුයකෝ නෙත්තර බයි රවුන්ඩ් එක ක්ලාසික් එකෙන් ඒස් එකක් ගෝ
In, but they may not be ready.
All right, they have been able to deal with these.
3v3
කොල්ලගේ ඊට පස්සේ
අයියෝ.
ඉලෙමන්ට් එකෙන් ගන් රවුන්ඩ් එකේ ඒස් මැප් දෙකක ඒස් එකක් ගහුවා ගන්න
Okay,
හරි
Joel.
හරි.
Yeah, little danger for a second. The
Well,
new
and
bandit
it's right.
damage paid off for Leaf and
Round
Tex.
it,
Maybe a
right?
little bit too exploratory over on that A side.
උඹ මොකද බලන්නේ YouTube එකේද?
Timing, but MIBR stabilize.
මම Twitch එකේ
And they
බලන්නේ.
don't lose the most important of weapons in that round, so it doesn't really hurt too bad at all.
Something you notice about this MIBR team is they prefer the NG to be low. They are a low-key kind of team. Verno and Aspas do not want people on their
කොහොමද
left and
මේ
right.
බ්‍රීස් එක සිලෙක්ට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ MIBR ලා නේ. ඒකින්ද මං හිතනවා MIBR ලා ගහයි කියලා මේක.
Whereas on G2, Baby Bay and his pop-offs are crucial to get the
හැබැයි ඊයේත් MIBR ලා හෙවන්න කෑවා බා.
fueled by
අදත් හෙවන්න කෑවොත් නම් ගුණ උස ඈ.
Yeah, business-like for them, but also able to just
ඊයේ
keep things
කාගෙන්ද
focused.
ගියා ෆියුරියාලාගෙන්
ඒ ෆියුරියා ලාගෙන්.
Furia never seemed like they were mentally out of it, but
මේ අර මසිනෝ ගාදින ගාඩින් එක
a lot of rifles for MIBR.
ඒක අර වර්ල්ඩ් කාලේ තිබ්බ වගේ සද්දයක් එන්නේ
ආ.
රීලෝඩ් මට මතක නැහැ රීලෝඩ් හරි මොකක් කරේ අර තනිකර කෝල් ඔෆ් ඩියුටි වයිබ් එක. ඒක තියෙන ටින් ගාල සද්දයක් කරනවා රීලෝඩ් කරාම කොහොද ඒක
ආ රීලෝඩ් කරපම අර එමෝ එක අර යන සද්ද දෙවිඹ කියන්නේ මැග් එක වදින සද්දනේ.
එන්න ඕන මට මතක නෑ ඒක මොකක් කරේ සවුන්ඩ් එක එනවා ඒකෙත් පොඩ් සීන් එකම තමයි තනිකර ගන්නේ.
ඕක මට අවිල්ල තියෙනවා බා නයිට් මාකට් එකට.
Babybear's able to fall back to a position where he sees the Yoru
එක
coming.
ග්‍රස් තුන්සේ
Take a
ගන්න
fair lick of damage in doing so, but Leaf is taking
අවුල් නැද්ද
the spike to go loose.
ඒකන් හිමයි තියෙන ෆිනිෂ් එක කරනවා නෑ අනියන් කොඩ් වයිබ් එක තියෙන තැන කොඩ් කෝල් ඔෆ් ඩියුටි 2 වල 1 වල වගේ තියෙන්නේ අර මදේරක ඒ දෙකේම තිබ්බේක දෙකේ තියෙනවා බරනිය
ඔව් ඔව්
ඒක රීලෝඩ් කරලා තමයි ඉන්නේ ටින් ගන්න අමු සද්දයක් කරනවා ඒක මේකෙත් තියෙනවා
doubled up on that site. Real disconnection cards for MIBR from the G2 utility. I think coming through in the choke might have been.
මම වැලරන් ගහන්නම් කියලා මට ඊට පස්සේ මැච් එකේ නොටිෆිකේෂන් ආවා
But the pack did get
වැලරන්
from the duelist.
පැත්තකින්
That
කියලා
allowed
මං
me
ආවා
to
ලයිව්
get
එක
that
බලන්න
free kill on Mazzino when he was late, just having to walk out of the smoke completely dry.
දැන් උඹේ මේ හෙඩ්සෙට් එකේ අර
And then Trent gets in
තුරුපතුරු
there.
ගැලිලා නැද්ද
ගෑල වෙනවා බා
Maybe they leave a little
ගැලිලා
bit there.
තියෙන්නේ
ඕ බං ඊය පීස් එකේ නේද
පොඩ්ඩක් ගිය ගමන් ඉවරයි ඔක්කොම
ඔව් මුළු පළාතම යනවා බං ඊට පස්සේ
About not getting an ace.
මම කරේ ඔක්කොම ගලවල ඉවරේ බ්‍රෂ් කරා බං අර කුඩක් ඉතුරු වෙනවනේ ඊට පස්සේ කුඩ කණ ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා බං ඊට පස්සේ කනේ ලෙඩක් හැදෙන්න ගනී බං
ඔව් දැන් මේ
ඔම්ම
මේ සුදුතිය
පුතු
හැමදාම අඹ දැන් දෙන්නේ ඔබට ගොඩක් කළා මෙරලා
ජෝගමෝ ගහපු ෂොට් එකද ඔබ
Really
කියන්නේ
got off the starters mark in this round. They're
ඉරා උඹ ට්විච් එකේ බලපන් මචං
side spawn. There it is, G2.
ඒත් එක බෑ කර අඩු යකෝ තු දෙන්නෙක් කෑවනේ බං එහෙම එතන කනවලු එහෙම
That's a new G2 moment. The double duelist push. Well, not going to be a flawless this round.
ට්විච් එකේ ඇඩ් වෙනවනේ බං
Six is able
Nah.
to deal with Lee.
ඔව් ට්විච් එකේ ඇඩ් වෙනවා
ඇඩ් බ්ලොක් එක
අගේ
දාපන්
මෙහෙම ඔෆිෂියල් එකේ නෑ එහෙනම් මෙහෙම වැලරන්ට් ඔෆිෂියල් එකේ යන්නේ නැතිද අර FNX ලා යරුන්ගේ මුන්ගේ ලයිව් එක
ආ
බලද්දී
උන්ගේ බලන්න එපා ඉතින් උන් මොනටයිසේෂන් ඔන් කරලානේ ප්ලේ කරන්නේ
Easy kills for them. They're doubled up, walking through elbow.
Trent should have his recon up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he's just jiggled
Hurry, hurry,
back
hurry.
angle temporarily. Forced back, though. Okay, the
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Over his jaw. Nice little timing here. Tex
Pretty
is
much
obviously
engaged.
fully revealed now, and Baby Bay should be able to pop out on it, but he's low.
නයිස් බා
Eventually puts that to bed.
අඩු ඒක ඒ උනාට අවුලක්
It's a
නැහැ
little
ඒ
bit messy,
හිටපු
but
විදියට
it's
හොඳයි
GC
ඈ
now with some consecutive round wins.
කාපු විදියට
සෙකන්ඩ් මේකේ මේ
That proactivity on this
ඩූලිස්
defense on
ගහන්න
this
පොඩ්ඩක්
side of the map
chance
is
එකක්
hopefully
තියෙ
gonna hit.
දිනනොත් දිනන්න නැත්තම් නෑ අද
And because of that
සෙකන්ඩ් අර ස්මෝක් කරමිය ගහන නැත්නම් කනවා මේකෙන්
Anyhow,
ඔව්
nothing too complex from the duelist duo there.
එමට සෙකන්ඩ් මේ ඕමනත් ගහන හොඳට ඈ
ගහනවා වුණට රියර උඩුවර ඩූලිස් ගහන ගෑවිල්ල
ආ ගහන්නේ නැහැ
Desires to just impose their will on the game with early aggro plays like
ඔව්
that
මේ
on
ගහන්නේ
defense, constantly
මෙයානේ යෝරුනේ
keeping
ගහයි
the attackers on their toes, forcing them into
Any
early
chance of it?
passive positions on rounds.
Such a fine line, being proactive on defense without just taking wild fights constantly.
ඔම්මු නයිස් වන් බා
Quite the adjustment required.
උඹට හින්න පස්සෙන් යන්න බෑ උඹ YouTube එකේ බලන්න
Ouch from Tex. Just
මේකේ ඩ්‍රොප් එකක් නැහැ නේද ඊට මම බලන්න ට්විච් එකේ ඩ්‍රොප් එකක් නැත්තම් මම
He's
බලන්න
very
මේ
sharp already in this map.
ට්විච් එකේ
ඒකේ
ඩ්‍රොප්
Twitch බ්ලොක් එකක් කියන්නේ
feels
Twitch
like
එකේ
Tex
drop-
is
drop ba?
definitely starting to bounce back on this
Drop
roster.
man.
There were definitely question marks about his
ට්විච් එකේ හැබැයි මේකක් තියෙනවා බා
inclusion in
ආ
it
නෑ
after a slow
ආ නෑ සෝෂල් එකක් නෑ YouTube එක බලන්න හරිනේ
2025.
YouTube එක බලන්න අපි YouTube එකේ බලමු බොයිස් ලයිව් එක
Ooh, all right, that's nice from Jaw there. What a timing.
The spanner in the works for sure. That's the spike going loose now. It's all of G2 converge on that position.
almost
To make
Hello?
it difficult for MIBR to get
Hello.
a yes, okay.
හොඳයි නේ සෙට් එක.
ඉතා හොඳ
ආරෝඩයක් ගින්.
මම ලයිව් එකේ
Big damage on Aspas to force him off the line.
Ah.
Zeno is
මේ මම ලයිව් එකේ කියන්නේ මම වැලරන් ලයිව් එකේ බා
felled by a classic until this round is
වැලරන් එන්න වැලරන් බලන්න යාළුවේ
Up. Maybe an overpush.
එට 25ක් ගෙන්නනවා.
ගෙම්-
In that moment, Leaf just walking forward.
මේ
අයලු
බලපන්
දැම්මද බැලුවා.
But we did see in that game against NRG, there were moments where G2
මේ බලපන් ඉතින් මේ YouTube එකේ ලෝඩ් වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ බං කමෙන්ට් මගුල පිරියයි ඈ
a little bit too much.
ඉතින් කමෙන්ට් එක කට් කරන්න බ්‍රෝ
Inroads
කට්
back
කරන්නවත් මේ ඒ වින්ඩෝ එක ලෝඩ් වෙන්නේ
was
නැහැ බං
ultimately
පිරිය
only temporary.
එහෙම අවුලක් තියෙනවා බං
මොකද්ද
මේ
බලන්නේ?
They find themselves
එහෙම අවුලක්
ෆයිනල් ඔව් එකක් බලන ගමන් ඉන්නේ ගහන්නේ නෑනේ.
නෑ ෆයිනල් බ්‍රැකට් එක කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්
of the B pop, but this time with a lot
මම
of
පෙන්නන්නද මගේ
ultimacy because of the
මේ
active
වලීදි
has
උඩ
the
දෙම.
option to fall
ආ
back. Should he
ඒක නම්
want
බලන්න
to.
බැරි
Flash on the
ඒක
draw,
බැලුවොත්
and
මේක
it's
නතර වෙනවා
මේක පේන.
Oro in this corner.
පේනවා.
No, Baby Bay's hidden in
පේන එක නම්
corner.
අවුලක් නැහැ
Starts us up into the line. Hunter's Fury in play. Baby Bay unperturbed. It's Leaf for
අනේ
three.
ලබු ඇටේකෝ මේක පෙන්න
G2 ල වඩා ගන්නවා
There's a risk of falling apart instantly now.
Oh,
with
my
Vernon.
God.
මෙරු ඇස් පස්
Leaf collects his four.
හතරක්
G2
ගැහුවනේ බං
now starting to build some of that swagger we've seen from them in the last few games.
The B-holds are just rock
ඔය ටීම් එකේ
solid.
සෙකන්ඩ්
And
නැත්තම්
when
බුදු
you
සරණ ඔය
have
ටීම් එක
B-holds that good on current.
ඔයා යන්නේ නැහැ දැන් අපේ කට්ටිය ගියාද
The
ඔක්කොමලා
attacking side is going to seriously
කොහොම
struggle.
නිදාගන්න ගියාම
It is important to win rounds on these pops, but again, there's this disconnection.
කට්ටිය සැටිස්නේ
මට කොහොම තේරුනේ
Plus,
මට නම්
updraft
අවුලක් නැහැ
dash
නෝ
over, it's awkward.
ෂුවර්
He's just caught out in the open at ladder.
මේ ඇයි බම් මේ
Maybe
ඇස්පස්
trying to get
ලැන්ග්වේජ්
around
එක
the corner,
චයිනද
but
කොහෙද දාගෙන ඉන්නේ
misjudged where he was going. I couldn't see if he
Yeah,
set
gone on
the
his
cloudburst
arrow.
up top, but maybe he was trying to land up
අනේ
or that's
බලපංකෝ
common
ඉතින් මේ
jet, but
chat load
regardless,
වෙන්නේ නැහනේ.
wherever he was trying to go, not the ideal spot, and then no one is able to scale out from main. We saw that on the last B-pop as
Chat
well.
load එකක්
There was a
නෑ කියන
disconnection
මොකක්
with
කරන්නේ?
the
එකක් මොකක්
duelists,
කරේ
and
දාලා
then the
තියෙන්නේ.
players in
නෑ
main
මේ
were stopped,
පාන්දර
just
දෙකට මොන නැද්ද
vaporized
ඒක
in the
නේ
choke.
මොකද්ද ලෝඩ් වෙන්නේ
Now,
නැත්තේ
Aldrone,
I don't
Verno
know
doesn't see anything.
මේක දෙවනි පේ
So maybe
Place
he's
එකකට
having
දෙනවා
the
තමයි trophy
it's a
එක.
slight off angle. They don't know he's there.
නෑ ට්‍රෝෆි එකක් නෙමෙයි
So
දෙන
Aspas has to be the one to
තියෙන
adapt,
ට්‍රෝෆි
try
එක
and take
පෙන්න
that
නාම
fight,
හරිය
but he
තියන්න
already,
තම්බ
like you said,
හරි
had
හරි ඉතින් මෙහෙම අද දිනේ උන්ට ඔක හම්බ වෙනවා කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි
ඔව්
That
දැන් අර
time it
ඊයේ
was
ඊයේ
a nice
ෆියුරියාලා
usage of
ෆස්ට් සීඩ් නේ උනේ කියන උන්
Right.
කියන්නේ උන් අප බ්‍රැකට් එකෙම
Really
ඔක්කොම
just
දින්නා
bought them in that
කියන්නේ උන් එක
But they've got more
Oh.
things
උන්ට
here to
ට්‍රොෆි එකක්
punish
දුන්නා ඒක
Charukz
හරි
by.
දැන් මුන්ටත් දුන්නා
There's
මුන්ටත්
plenty,
දෙන්න
but that
දැන්
came from
මේ අද
Astro
දිනේ
Util, Viper's Pit also.
ඔව් මේක ඉතින් ලෝවර් බ්‍රැකට් එකේ ෆයිනල් එකනේ
once yet.
නෑ නෑ ඔය මිඩල් බ්‍රැකට්
සෝරි මිඩ් බ්‍රැකට් එකේ ඔව් තව එකක් තියෙන ලෝවර් බ්‍රැකට් ෆයිනල් එක ලෝවර් බ්‍රැකට් ෆයිනල් එකේ උන්ටත් හම්බෙයි
Taking them to the next level. They didn't have
ඒක නේ බවෙන්දර
a
එක
super
දුන්නේ
strong
තුරත්
dedicated offer in the past.
පොඩිනේ බම් මේ
Now
පාර
they do.
trophy
Not
එක.
even a factor in this game yet.
දැන් වෙනද දෙන්නේ හෙන උසේ ගන්න බම් මේක නිකන් අර පොඩි
මෙහෙමද වෙන්දද අර රීජනල් චැම්පියන්ස් ලගේ සීන් එක මම දැන් මේ පාර දෙන හැත්තේ දැන් ක්වොලිෆයි වෙනවා
කොලිෆයි එකටනේ ඔව් ඉතින් ඔව් ලෝව එකටයි මිඩ් එකට දැන් අප එක තිබ්බා ලෝව එක මිඩ් එක දැන් මේ අද තියෙනවා හෙට හරියන්නේ හරි ලෝව එකනේ
They have a lot of ultimates to work with.
ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම අද කෙලිම
This or
හැරදෙන ටීම් එක ලෝව එකට යනවා
ඔව්
G2's so wary about a split here, Wyatt.
සෙට් වෙනවා
potential for
ඔය
second
යනවාද කියන්නේ ඔය එන්නද වැලරන් කමෙන්ටේට් කරන්න ඔයාලා මේව බලලා වැලරන් දාගන්න
anything
ආස නැද්ද
මොනවද ගහන්නේ මොකද්ද
that is active from
මොනවද ගහන්නේ මෙව්වද
මු ෆෝර්ට්නයිට් ප්‍රෝ
මොනවද ගහන්නේ
ෆ්‍රී ෆයර්
ෆෝර්ට්නයිට්
ගහන්නේ ෆ්‍රී ෆයර්
able to kill the
ෆෝර්ට්නයිට් නේද මොකද නේද
spraying.
මු ෆෝර්ට්නයිට් ප්‍රෝ
How effective can Valen be
Like,
here? At least low economy. Try and play his life as much as possible, but he does need to get some info.
නයිට්
අඩ-
නම්
Inferno would love to get a
තේරුවන්නේ
tag
2-4,
this over
2-4.
Hunter's Fury, have everyone scale in off
ඒ
the
උනාට
back of that.
ෆෝර්ට්නයිට් උත් එහෙම ඊසි නෑ ගහන්න
Decent idea of
ඒක
where
PUBG
that
වලට නම් වඩා fucking
ආ
easy කියන්නේ
PUBG වලට වඩා නම් ඊසි ඔව්
fighting inside
fucking
main.
easy
Aspas
PUBG වලට
and the
ඒක
Blade
බැලුවම
Storm
තේරෙනවා
headshot on the jumbo.
PUBG ඒක
Baby's
දෙකකින්
gonna try and
තනියම
find his way back
mechanic
in, but he's
එකක්
low. And it is
අර
his
බිල්ඩ් මොඩ් එක පොඩ්ඩක්
He
ඒත්
still wants to play. It's so active here.
අඩු අඩු අඩු
Instead of
අඩු
waiting for Trent to get there for double
මේ
kill,
මං
maybe
යනවා
didn't feel
එහෙනම්
like he had the
බයි
time.
Bye, good
Let's
night.
be honest, MIBR, though, they are
බයි 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 බයි
they will
good
pick
night
one shot. They
Ayo.
want to swing out. They want to fight together, all on Trent.
Trent did well. They're in good position to stay alive, and surely he can disrupt
Second
this
Maraga
plan if he get a
didn't-
shock here around the corner.
හරි
On the later side.
ට්‍රෙන්ට් මේක කරන්න
Because
අයියෝ
he does get the stick.
හැමිනේෂන් වගේ වගේ
Could be a timing here for Trent. He's heard the updraft
ඔව්
too.
පෙරදුනානේ
One
ඒ උඹට
versus
ඒත්
two.
යන්නේ මේ කලින් යනවනේ බං මොකද්ද ඔය තම
It's
සිත්තේ
sort of a too high low setup there for MIBR.
Firefox එකද බලන්න
නෑ
Desperately
Yeah,
need
Opera.
that. So I'm
Opera.
switching up into the A. Exact
පෙරා වන්දන්නේ Firefox එකේ අවුලක් තියෙනවා හරිද
really disruptive
දැන් ඔබ හිතමු දැන්
setup. He gets
පස්සෙන්
multiple
යනදම 2x දාලා
tags
එවුවා
with it as well.
ඒක හරිද ඔබ 2x වෙලා යනවා ඉස්සරහෙන් ගාන්න දැන් මට සිංක් වෙනවා එකපාරට හරිද දැන් ඔබට ගියපු කොටස තියෙන ගේම් එක එකපාරට නේ තප්පර දාක් තියලා ආපස්සට ගිහලා ආයේ ටික වායි වෙනවා
ආම්මඩේ
Solution for them to
ඔබ
get
ඔබ ෆයර්ෆොක්ස්
නෑ නෑ මම මේ
And honestly,
එජ් එකෙන්
most of that round,
මම
G2
Firefox එකේ බලන්නේ
were
නැත්තු ඒක
where MIBR
අඹ
were.
එජ් එකට
බලන්නේ
බලන්න
නෑ ආපස්සට යනවා ටිකට් කරලා
එහෙනම් මාත් එජ් එකේ බලන්නද
Baby Bet does finally pick up that operator we were
පොඩ්ඩ
talking
ඉන්න බොයිස් හෝස් එක වෙනස් කරගන්න මේ පිස්සු
It
කෙල්ලනානේ
is ballsy.
YouTube
Nabil
Opera
forces him to a
YouTube
slightly
Edge
more passive angle.
Is he going to swing this?
Opera close කළා ගන්න
Oh, that was a leg shot onto Aspas, down to 30 HP.
හරි අපි බලමු එජ් එකේ බලන්න එජ් එකෙත් දැන් V කාර්යයක් වෙයිද කියලා බලන්න V කාර්යය අයියෝ මම වැලරන්ට් එක මේ ලොක් කරලත් නෑ බං මරු බං
ලොක් කළා නෑ කිය
සයින් ඉන් වෙලා නෑ හරි අවුලක් නෑ පොඩ්ඩ ඉන්න බොයිස් මම ටග් ගාලා ඊමේල් එක අරන් එන්න අනේ මගුල එනම බලන්න බොයිස් කොහොමද බාධක මැද්ද මේ ලයිව් දාන්න ඊසි නෑ සෙල්ලන්න නැහැ ප්‍රේම් හරි බාධක මැද්ද ලයිව් එක දාගත්ත කොහොම හරි
from G2, there is the potential of that. So Zekken has to clear out through doors as this split is going to come in from MIBR. 6 on a last round, let's go for it again.
On the other side here, Joel goes forward, takes Verno out of the game, but Zekken now appears out of the dimensional drift. Nova Pulse though connects. The follow-up though, unlikely. Valen knows it's a clone that's going past him. G2 are here, ready to fight.
Yep, 2 players on site. The other 2 rotate, still miles away. Valen and Trent have to be dialed in right now. Doesn't look like MIBR want to do anything proactive. They don't have any flashes. Really fight forward, but they can fight.
leaf in a flank
Everything. Mazzino, is he ready?
He's ready. Away. Now Leaf has that backstab pressure. Viper's Pit, of course, will protect MIBR to some degree, but Valen is in there. And Aspas
1v3 එක
අම්බෝ to clean up the goat himself.
අඩේ ගාතේ තිබ්බ රවුන්ඩ් එක නේ බා
කලින් මැච් එක තමයි
දැන් අපිට ඩිෆියුස් ඉන්නේ යන්නේ
ඩිෆියුස් කලින් රීප්ලේ
Getting that flank is crucial. The free kill on Mazzino.
අර ඔක 2x දාලා යව පන්සරට
button for the rest of the G2 team when he's also just causing that distraction being back there. Jaws going for a lot of plays like that on Neon, by the way. We saw that in the last series, and here he will just go for solo timing, slide in, relay bolt.
It reminds me of what we see from G2 on Bind as well. Constant push-ups, a lot of pops.
මම edge එක uninstall කරාට පස්සේ edge එක use කරේ නැහැ බං. edge එකේ settings ඔක්කොම වෙනස්
කරා. For free, a 1-for-1 where he takes down the Sova feels fine.
Now what is going on here? Look at Ospas. I mean, pretty dramatic contrast to the investment from everybody else.
The hero op
and armor. Everyone else.
ඔම්මට delete කරා කරු.
Nothing.
Hello.
Hello.
බලන් දී බලපන්.
Crazy to go. Opener for jaw.
කාද delete කරේ?
Shot.
Aspas.
මට ස්පෙස් නෑ ඉන්නේ හරිය.
He's a pretty dab hand with the scope weapons.
මට හරියටම ඔබ කියන ටයිම් එක කියපන් රවුන්ඩ් ටයිම් එක
57
ඔබගේ 59 මගේ විනාඩිය යන්නේ බං මොකක්ද
2 kills from jaw.
දෙකෙන් යවපන්.
දෙකෙන් යවන්නේ කොහමද?
setting mark එක ඔබලා තියෙනවා speed up
I love that he flashes and he's ready for another. Nothing encompasses what G2 are good at more than a round like this. That was spectacular.
A slow dismantling of MIBR, who was so close to just already qualifying for Santiago in that upper bracket, but couldn't get things over the finish line. And now it's into the middle bracket where G2 maybe would argue after that loss against Furia.
මේ එහෙන ඉක්මනට යනවනේ බං.
හරි හරි fast kill එක නවතිනවා ඊට පස්සේ.
ඒ නැවතන. දැන් කීයද උඹ යන්නේ කියපන් මට හරියටම.
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉඳ රවුන්ඩ් එක පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ 7 6 5 4.
මට රවුන්ඩ් එක පටන් ගත්ත කියපන් කොහොමද? Fucking
on the dash away.
Just a little
මට එකයි තප්පර 30යි.
relay bolts and it's possible MIBR were far back impacted by them.
This is a round as well where Verno, selfless IGL, just had a sheriff, but should be able to recover that rifle and does. So it's now a full buy for MIBR.
Conceal this Astra util on the choke. Looks like they're out of there, Valen. Is Nova pulsed as a party?
ඔඩ බලවංග 6 තුනයි නේද? උන් අර G2 ලා එන්න ගහද්දි ඉක්මනට ගහලා ඉවර කරනවානේ.
Emphasis towards the A side. MIBR are
මම වගේ දැන් ලීෆ් ගෙදර ඉන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Where Baby Bay, Leaf, Brick Wall, they were giving them nothing. Flawless rounds even.
He's the drone. Yeah, this is going to get Baby Bay off the line. He had the gate crash.
හරි බේබි ගෙදර.
Okay, looks like he might hit a clone there and clear either way. Zekken deep into the side.
බේබි ගෙදර ආවේ නැහැ. නෙමෙයි. Trent
ගෙදර ආවේ
Now
නැහැ.
Baby Bay knows he's on a clock. Leaf tries to take a timing, but he makes enough noise.
Trent කෙලුණා.
Verno is
අයියෝ
waiting
බේබි මේ විෆ් කරනවානේ
for
ඔප්
Baby
එක
Bay. He's
මොකක්ද
going to
නේ
be
යන්නේ.
jumping about here. Money not any
අනේ මම බේබි වේට සපෝට් කරලා යන්නේ.
Definitely a bit of a horrific start to this defense round.
මේ ඔයාලා මොකද්ද මේ වැරදෙන් කරන්නේ බේබි බේ වයින් කරන්න ප්ලීස්.
They just want
ඔප් එක සේවින්.
save. Why not? Feels pretty hopeless at that juncture, so can't really blame them. You know, that time on the hold for G2.
මම පොඩි උඹට සීන් එකක් කියන්නද? බේබි බේ බං කමෙන්ටේට් කරද්දී කියන්නේ හොස්ටින් මේ හොස්ටින් ඉන්නකොට බේබි බේ මචං මේ ඇස්පස් ගැන එහෙන ලොකුවට කමෙන්ටේට් කරනවා හරිද?
උඹ දැකලා තියෙනවද?
ඔව් ඔව් හරිද දැන් මෙයාගේ බං ඇත්තටම තියෙන දැන් මෙයා ඔපෝනන්ට් ටීම් එකනේ ප්ලේ කරන්නේ මෙයාගේ මයින්ඩ් සෙට් එක මචං ඒ ලෙවල් එකේමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ උඹට තේරෙනවද
අනේ මන් දෙකන ජෝගෝ නම් ගහන උඩ මොකාටද
ඔව් ජෝගෝ මොක
එහෙනම් දැන් බර ඉන්නාචි මැච් එක බලනවා සෙකන්ඩ් නැත්තම් ඉන්නාචිලෙන් කනවා මුන් ඉන්න බියල්ලද කිය ආස්පාස් කියන්නේ මේ මාරදිල ඩිෆ් කර මාඩා
A very disciplined round from MIBR, and again, they don't tip their hand in that first 30.
කිය සෙකන්ඩ් තමයි කියන උන් දින්න මැප් දෙකේම ගියව සෙකන්ඩ්
සෙකන්ඩ් නේ අඩෝ සෙකන්ඩ් පන්ට කැරක්ටර් බං චූටියට චූටි බලපන් පාතල්ල
තේර මුන්ගේ මසිනොත් දැන් හොතර ගානේ
මසීනෝනේ
ඔව්
සඩියා ඊයේ
මතන ඊයේද කොහෙද මැච් එකක් තිබ්බ ඊයේ මැච් එක තිබ්බ
ඔව් ඊයේ තිබ්බේ ඊයේ ඔබ කියන්නේ හෙවන් මැප් එක නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ
ඒවන් නෙමෙයි ඊයේ මැප් තුන කීයක් තියෙනවද මැප්
පහ බෙස්ට් ඔෆ් 3 ගේව බා ඔව් පහ
මේ මසිනෝ ක්ලච්ච් එකේ වොන්ද මම මතක ස්ප්ලිට් එකේ මම මතක නෑ
ස්ප්ලිට් එකේ ආව් මේ මසිනෝ ඕමන් ගහලා අපේ සෙකන්ඩ් මේ මෙව ගැහුවේනේ ඩුවලිස්ට් ගැහුවේ ඒක තමයි
I like this from Valon. What a timing to take. Takes his handle.
And now that there's fighting out of A, MIBR want to work back into this B, execute, drone coming through, Osboss dash up top, Leaf pinged out, real danger right now, trying to stay alive, backside, Trent is there to help, Osboss dealt with.
Somehow he's still safe for the time being.
Nice.
On there, gets Zekin, and Verno's up onto the side.
And he slipped back into
hey baby begi reaction slow ba
scoping.
ඒ රියැක්ෂන් ස්ලෝ නෙවෙයි එතන ගහන්න බෑ ඌ මෙකෙන් එරර් ඌ අන්ස්කෝප් කරන ගමන් හිටි
It's all about the timing, baby. You just can't get it.
Valon's picking up all
Nice
the
one.
base angles here, Wyatt. Now it's the Smig himself versus Kid Wonder.
ඊ පිටිපස්සෙන් ඇවිල්ලා ගහන්නේ තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද බං
Big shot in the back.
අඩෝ
නෑ නෑ ඌ හිතන් හිටියේ මේ අර එක්ක අතනින්
උඩින් නැගී කියලා.
කරයි කියලා ඉතින් බ්ලැන්ක් එකෙන් අර වටින් ගිහිල්ලා
ආයි මේ මූණටයි කියලා නේ
Calling that quick pivot.
දැන් දර ඌ හිටු
හිට පැත්ත බෑක් සයිඩ් එකම ඔව්
He catches Tex in mid. They get all the way back into main. And they're able
වර්ණ
to
හොඳයි
actually
කියන්නේ වර්ණ
outbuild the choke there as
වර්ණගේ
well. Took them a second.
ඊ උඹ කියන්නේ වර්ණ යකෝ ස්ප්‍රේ එකකුත් ගහනවා බං ගහන්න කලින්
Really deep.
ආ නෑ
ඔව් යකෝ ගහන්න කලින් ස්ප්‍රේ එකකුත් ගහලා ගහන්න
It's Leaf. Backside B down that lane. So MIBR again, they're clawing back into this game. It felt like it was dominant for G2, and suddenly we're just barreling towards a dead even half.
It's definitely a map that comes in stark contrast to MIBR's Breeze yesterday, where it feels like they really weren't offered a whole lot of resistance.
උදේ 6 විතර වෙනකම් මැච් එක තියෙයි කියලා මට හිතෙනවා බං මේකත් best of 3 නේ
All round
best of 5 ඒ කියන්නේ පහෙන් තුනක්
ඔව් best ඔව් පහෙන් තුන
Gets a little bit of info on mid. At least knows that nobody will be posted up close towards elbow.
It's a shallow drone, Wyatt.
Yeah, they're really biding their time though. I mean, you can look at the spike. It's just dropped back towards B. So you can imagine they're going to try to work the map and then pivot into a B pop most likely.
නිකන් MIBR ලා එක දිගටම තුනම ගැහුවොත් හරි
Counter Hunter's Fury from
එහෙම
Trent
වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ
eventually
කොහොම
though, to deny the plant, maybe activate some kind of flood for G2.
එහෙම වුණොත් නම් ගැම්මක්
This has been the common spot for Tex. No, they actually do want to work back
උඹ කියන්නේ බීස් එක defending the attack in the map එක
and have Tex just be this late
අර මේක ඉස්සර නම් තිබ්බේ
trying to backstab.
defending map එකක් විදිහට ඔව් දැන් defending map එකක් ඔව් දැන් බං අර මේකට මේ අර entrance අඩු කරලානේ තියෙන්නේ දැන් මේ අර අතන හෝල් එකේ ගියොත් ආයි මිඩ් එකටනේ බං වැටෙන්නේ
Coming out, Hunter's Fury is in play. That's Trent.
හරි හරි
Already found Tex. He's playing from mid to
වැලියෙන් ගන්න යන කිල්ලයක්
බැලෙන් ගාව තුනක් ගෙදර ආනේ
activate. Catches Aspas unaware. And not just 3.
මට හිතුණා වැලියෙන්
This leaves Mazino with it all to
ෂොට්
do,
එක
and he
ගහයි
needs to
කියලා
turn his back.
He can't even get the spike to the site on time. It doesn't even matter either way. Great hold from G2. Look at the disruption from Jaw.
අර අර වෙවුලන යකෝ
Get
දැක්ක
right back in there with the fast lane and
ඒ
then
කියන්නේ හෙනේ ස්ට්‍රෙස් එකේනේ බං ගහන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ අර
තින්න බලාගෙන
ඕ නෑ නෑ ඔය අපි මේ නිකන් කොම් ගහනවා වගේ නෙමෙයි බං ඔය ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ ගහද්දි මාර ප්‍රෙෂර් බං ඒ කියන්නේ අර
අනිත් එක ඔතන බලන්නේ මිනිස් ඉස්සන
ඔව් අනික අර ක්‍රවුඩ් එක කියනවා ඇහෙන්නේ නැති වුණාට බං ඔලුවට යනවට බෑ හැමතිස්සෙම ක්‍රවුඩ් එක බලන් ඉන්නේ එන්න ඔතන හෙන්න ප්‍රෙෂර් බා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි පොඩි මූවමන්ට් එකක් අවුල් ගියොත් මුළු රවුන්ඩ් එකම ඉවරයි.
Red Bull gives you wings.
අර මොලේ කියන්නේ මොලේ කියන එක මුළු අර එකම ෆෝකස් ඉන්නවා. ආයි දෙල්ලන්නේ.
I can turn your wildest ideas into a song. Just describe it in a few words. Choose a style and let Mareka the Fifth.
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉඳපන් මට මේ ඇඩ් බ්ලොක් එක දාන්නම් දුකුණානේ මගුල.
ඇඩ් එනවා සෝගා.
හොල්ඩයින් එක්ස්ටෙන්ෂන් එක දාගෙන නම් බොයි. You block origin.
ඒක තමයි දාලා තියෙනවා.
මාත් ඒක තමයි දාලා තිබ්බේ පීස් එක රීසෙට් කරාට පස්සේ බං මම මේ මොකද්ද මේක දැම්මේ නැහැ මොකද්ද ගයිස් ඔයාලත් යූස් කරනවා නම් මේක යූස් කරන්න මේක අත you block origin එක you block origin එක දාන්න ඒක 4.5 තියෙන rating
gain discipline as this half has gone.
No more
MIBR
ads, boys.
Been very restrained, very patient on a lot of these attack side rounds. G2 though they've mixed in those defensive pops, right? They've been able to disrupt MIBR as they've slowly been working their way towards these sides. Now, we get to see G2 go onto the attack side. They get to set the pace, and this is Breeze, right? The kind of map where you don't just get to waltz through a choke and get caught in all this util. There does have to be some depth, some elegance to your plan.
That being said, with this Neon and the Yoru being able to create space, should be super effective. G2 also, they lose the pistol in the first half, but win the overwhelming majority of the gun rounds there. So now the double duelists are ready to get through elbow. Smokes up top mid, and for that B-side connector, they're able to just group up with the team. Work into an A split. Valen coming late through the main. Only one player backside is Tex. Maybe try to go for a spam kill, but ultimately he needs to live.
We never really saw this from G2. Curious if we get it again in the gun rounds, but still, pistols need to start singing here. Verno does at least have some recon.
With this new G2, we've seen them have a willingness to really fight.
දැන් බලපංකෝ
අච්චර මොන බෆ් එක දුන්න තාප ගහන්නේ මුං ගන්න
වයිබ් නේ ටීම් දෙකම වයිබ්
No, they want to hold for the win con.
වයිබ් අර ඩබල් ස්මෝක ගහන්නේ ඒ මට තියෙන හෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ මේ බලපන් අම්මට තියකෝ බේබි බේබි හොබ
අම්මේ ගානයක් ඔබ දැක්කේද මොකද්ද මන් කියන්නේ මේ අන්තිමට මේකේ වුණාට මම මතනේ කාප් එක තියෙන මාර්ගය ඉල්ල කියලා
ඒ මුන් සෙන්ටි පික් කරන්නේ නැහැ නේද
ඔව් සෙන්ටි ගන්න
සෙන්ටි ගන්න ඉතින් ෆ්ලෑන්ක් එකේ කියලා බයක් නැහැ නේ බා
ෆ්ලෑන්ක් එක කියන්නේ බා මේ මැප් එකේ මෙහෙමනේ සෙන්ටි එකේ වැඩක් නැහැ නේද ඔව් එතන සෙන්ටි එක ගන්න මේක ගන්න එක්ක කිල්ජර් නම් වැඩකුත් නැහැ පොඩ්ඩක් එහා වගේ රේන්ජ් එක යනවා ඉතින් සයිපර් ගන්න සයිපර් ගේ හොත් ඉතින් සයිපර් ගේ ඇති වැඩි ඉන්ෆෝ විතරම තමයි. ඉතින් ප්ලෑන් කරනවා නැද්ද කියලා බලන එක විතරම නෙවෙයි. වැඩක් ටෙක්ස් කරන්නේ
නැහැ. රීටේක් කරන්න වගේ හොඳයි. වෙනනම් කිසි වැඩක් නැහැ.
I'm just not ready for it. This is what Sideshow was getting at earlier.
කියන්නේ නෝගියර ට්‍රිප් එක වෙනස් කරගෙන එක දැන් මෙලෝරහක් නෙවෙයි බයි කියන්නේ. කලින් දැන් මෙහෙම ඉස්සර බන්නේ ගෑවුණ ගමන් එකට බෝල් එකක් එක පේනවනේ බෝල් එකක් කියලා වගේ. ඊට පස්සේ තප්පර කියන්නේ බින්දුවේස්ම ඒ කියන්නේ තප්පර භාගයේ ගිල්ලන එක
වෙන්නේ ඔව්
එතකොට ඉතින් උට ගිරන එක වෙන්නේ තප්පරයක් ඇද්දි ඉතින් ගේම් මේ වගේ ගේම් එක තප්පරයක් කියන්නේ ලොක් කාලේ යනවා
උට ඉතින් කඩලා ඔව් කරගන්න ඕන ඔක්කොම කරන්න වෙන්නේ
අනිත් එක මේ දැන් ට්‍රැප් එකට ඉස්ටන් වෙන්නේ ඉස්සර ඉස්ටන්
වෙන්නේ ඔව් ස්ලෝ වෙනවා විතරයි
ස්ලෝ වෙනවා කියලා එකක් වෙනවා මාර ස්ලෝ එක ඒක බම් මේ නිකන් අර මිලි සෙකන්ඩ් එකකට ස්ලෝ වෙනවා
අර වදින තප්පරයට විතරයි ස්ලෝ වෙන්නේ අර 5 HP යන එක විතරයි බං වෙන්නේ ඉතින් 5 HP කියලා මොනවා කරන්නද
5 HP යන ඒ තප්පරේ විතර ස්ලෝ වෙනවා එච්චරම තමයි. වර කලින් එහෙමයි දැන්. ෆැස්ට් එක කරන ෆ් කරපේ කවුලන්නේ නැහැ වෝල් එකක තවුලන්නේ ඒ රිස්ටන් ඉෆෙක්ට් එක තිබ්බා.
අම්මෝ ජෝනෝ.
Jaw's a little bit too slippery.
Now again, same situation for MIBR. They've got to play once more into this post plant from G2. They can do the cringe post plant stuff if they need to. But they're looking elsewhere on the map. They are looking to catch MIBR on the way in.
Yeah, now if I'm G2, I'm really about trying to get Baby Base. He's getting close to the dimension.
Oh, then you go mad Jogomo Marone, Monohustad me.
Get kills.
Ane Puka de no, Mukado, Tamsiki live.
But the round give a lot.
Eh? Oh, round mata then you never pass road. Boy, Seriaulo. The mother Jikim Balan got the May Lab Harry. What do Jogomoto? What did I say? Tihabba?
Definitely expecting no shotguns.
But get up the head.
That's crazy.
Then have then a time again.
I thought we were getting that 100%. The Bucky into sight pop.
Doesn't look like that is the plan. Fast lane straight down mid. It's G2 off and running early. And with a lot of map control, the opportunity to leave Jorgamo as this insert. He's got a shotgun. Never mind, he's got a shotgun.
Jorgamo Guardian Power.
Ready for this though. No util for Jaw. Just
more nice one.
Oh. Yeah, the awareness there from Verno, just a little bit too much.
From Bueno.
Jaw not ready for that one. G2 again just pivoting into this A split, but this time the majority in A main. Aspas with a pretty angle.
This attack side Viper will telegraphs the A split. It's a bit further back, right? Okay.
Harry, leave share the person.
Leave to get winning.
Oh, leave to get express. Let me hurry.
There might have been a team flash there too. A little
unfortunate.
Verno way too far back. Singer not going to be effective there whatsoever.
Verno spotted there, brief peek enough to show himself.
Oh, you double beat.
Down by Trent pretty easily, okay.
2v3
Prelude Vandal leg over a Panther.
Be cognizant of this
nice.
Now, it doesn't matter.
Mercino last time tower.
Just stuck in that site. Feeling the walls closing in, trying to get a proactive fight while they're a man down, even things up. It's a nice little shot from Verno. Plays a good round here for sure.
Nice one. Machine ke hone super shot dia.
I remember so much of
the conversation den ay gahana me meka ba Panther me gahanne me Prelude ba
on the Jorgamo side.
Prelude Panther
oh godak em gahana ba
Baby coming in the roster.
Yeah, mama nan dekke mama nan dekke
da balapan
Nocturnum එක නම් ගහනවා දෙක.
Nocturnum එක ගහනවා. Aspas Nocturnum එක ගැහුවා.
It feels like Josh joined it after years
Nocturnum එකයි මේ
ගැහුවා. Will play. Oh, do nice, right?
But a good instant trade from Jaw gets an upgrade. Now do G2 just hit the gas yet?
I think so. They definitely want to. Just ignore the Viper wall with this fast lane. Just run up.
බලපන් පැන්තම් ලෝකයක් දැන් වැන්ඩල්
ගහන්නේ නැහැ කොයිද ඩීමන් වන් වැන්ඩල් ගහන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ
Baby Bay ready to back him up. The pace
of
the double duels from G2 is still just crazy.
Aspas ගන්නෙත් නැද්ද
discipline, right?
මෙතර අලි මැප් එක මේ මැප් එක දිග
They want to get this stuff started early on the round. This position, we saw this a couple rounds ago.
ඒ හැමෝටම තේරෙලා තියෙන පැන්තම් එක තමයි හොඳ ගන්න
dimensional drift either.
ඕබා පැන්තම් එකේ
pretty far forward on the site, but that being said, G2 have multiple players ready to play off of him in this crossfire.
We need a 20-20
skin නැති මේක
going to be
වෙලියන් ගැහුවා
අම්මෝ ඩිලීට් කරා දෙන්නේ
අම්මෝ මේ මූ ගහන්නේ මේ අර ගේමින් එක නේද මෙලෝ රහ
කෝ දාගන්න ඕනේ රිකෝන් එක නැත්නම් අර අරකට හොඳයි මොකද්ද මොකද්ද ප්‍රීලූඩ් නෙමෙයි මොකද්ද එනවා
නොක්ටනම් එක දී ගහුවේ නොක්ටනම් එක
අර ඩෝන් ගාලා දින් මොකද්ද කැලෙන්ඩෙන් ගහන වැන්ඩල් එකේ පැන්තම් එක මොකද්ද ප්‍රයිමෝඩියම් පැන්තම් එක සුපිරි
ඔව්
ඒක හොඳයි නොක්ටනම් එක හොඳයි රිකෝන් එක හොඳයි අර අලුතෙන් ආව පැන්තම් එකත් හොඳයි මොකද්ද අයකාශි
ආයකාශි එක
ඒක රොඩානන් අර ඒකයි එහෙම ඒකයි නොක්ටනම් එක දෙකම එක වගේ තමයි එකම ඇනිමේෂන් එකයි තමයි ඒ දෙකේම තියෙන්නේ අයකාශි කිය පොඩ්ඩක් කරන්නේ සුපීරිය එකක් තියෙනවා
කියන නොක්ටනම් එකට වඩා
maybe that one not so much, right? That's just beautiful transfer. But I think back to the defense side round where he pushes up to A main, through that fast lane and is able to kill Aspas and Verno both as they're actually
Valorant එකේ දින knife skin ලවුල බං දැන් අර
innately that he has.
ඒ අපිට විතරයි හොම් පේන්නේ අර
අනිත් එකට පේන්නේ
වෙන කාටද පේන්නේ නිකන් එක කීකරලක් අතේ තියෙන දන් වෙලත් නේ
මොකුත් නෑ ඔබ
Over enough rounds in aggregate is going
ඒක අවුල බං ඉගෙන අර නිකන් ඒක තියෙන්නේ බෑ නිකන් අර විදිහටම
නෑ මම හිතන්නේ ඒක පේන්නේ නැත්නම් අර ඔගේ විෂුවල් ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක විෂුවල් ලෝඩ් වෙද්දී
සීන් උනේ බං කියන්නේ මොඩල් එක වෙනස් වෙනවනේ
ඒ කියන්නේ උටත් ලෝඩ් වෙනවනේ බං
නෑ නෑ ලෝඩ් වෙන සීන් එක නෙමෙයි කැරක්ටර් මොඩල් එක වෙනස් වෙනවනේ ඉතින් දැන් ඔහොම දැන් අර පීඩයක් අතේ දැන් ඉදි කැරක්ටර් මොඩල් එක ඉන්න විදිය වෙනස්
MIBR would just be getting Verno the Hunter's Fury into the next round, so they don't have to worry about trying to fight for an orb.
They're running out of these rounds to give though, Wyatt.
Yeah, you hate to fight for an orb, honestly, against this G2 team that might suddenly just run it down on you. Yeah, the second they hear that audio cue.
This is distinctly different of a round from G2. Maybe just respect for the anti-eco here, Wyatt.
Hurry.
Does have the hero rifle.
හතරයි
I believe that's courtesy of the Verno drop.
How far forward do G2
ගැහුවා අඩු දෙන්න මම හිතුවේ දෙන්නමයි කියලා බං
That is clinical.
One shot gets out of there. Did G2 try and commit to this? Jaw?
මම හිතුවේ සිරාටම ජෝගුමෝටත් වැදුන ෂොට් එක කියලා බං සිරාටම හිතුවේ
I love that. Throw off the timing a little bit. There's a play with a classic close on sight here. Mazzino has already dealt with Baby Bait. Jaw responds, but this is getting
ජෝ
messy
නම්
now for
ඉතින්
G2.
රෙස්පොන්ස් වුණා ජෝගුමෝගේ රියැක්ෂන් ටයිම් නම් සුපිරි රියැක්ෂන් ටයිම් නේ
And Zekin slaps him down.
Yeah, that ultimate is still
Ah,
not very
boy.
good when you're in the middle of
Second.
the air. Vala now into a one-on
මේක පරාදයි කොහොමද
pistols, but
G2 ට පරාද වෙනවද මේක
rifle, so
මේ රවුන්ඩ් එක පරදිනවා ඉතින්
ආව් මේ රවුන්ඩ් එක පරදිනවා කොහොමද
time.
යකෝ 3v1 එකක් ගහගත්තේ නැත්නම් එහෙම මේ මම දැන් ලයිව් එකෙන් කරනවා කොහොමද
Getting the necessary upgrades, but will this
මෙච්චර මේ
මේක බයි රවුන්ඩ් එක නෙවෙයි තිබ්බේ නෝමල් රවුන්ඩ්
හරි ඉවරයි
මේ වැලෙන්න
free
දෙන්නම් chance එකක් කියලා ගහන්න
towards this
Ui,
A
no,
side
eh.
now? Could try to do something crazy.
හරි අවුලක්
across
නැහැ
the divide lane
යකෝ
here.
කැර කියන්
Really wants to.
Oh, MIBR second guess this. They actually think he pump faked.
Yeah, they want to grab Verno rifle, so he's going to go pick that off of.
හැබැයි බුසා 2v1 එක කෑවොත් නම්
And brought it to that 2 versus
Charter, eh?
laying back pyramid now. You know, multiple angles he could try to swing from here. Isolate one fight, bring it to
හොඳම
the
දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නේ
1v1.
ගහගත්තේ නැත්නම්
Would you
චෝටර්
expect the sole defender to be in Valent's position here? It might be more likely
හරි
to check
වැලන්
that
මේ
A
කනවා බං
main
හරිද
based on where the spike's been planted.
හරි ඉන්ෆෝ
He's given
ගත්තා
himself away though. Nice safe pick there from Verno. Valen on the move.
ගහනවා බං වැලෙන්
I can feel
ගහනවා
something brewing here, Wyatt. You gotta feel like it's possible. Grab well activated. Cloud burst here for some cover for Aspas, but Valen is
Nice
on
hook too.
It's not enough.
ඔඩෝ ටයිම් තියෙනවා
Aspas though.
නයිස් නයිස්
There's not going to be enough
You
time.
can't be serious.
මල හුත්තයි
මන් දැක්ක රෝබ් එක
ඒ
අල්ලන්න
ඒක
ගත්තා
තමා
පස්සේ ආවා
මාත් දැක්කේ එහෙමනේ බං
1v4 Red Bull
ඕ
clutch.
මයි ගෝඩ්
To
බං
get G2 their 11th
දැන් ලයිව්
round.
එකෙන් කරන්න හිතුවා
Valen is just on
Didn't
fire
get on
on
the-
this map.
අඩෝ ඒක නම් මහ චාටර්
ඉතින් මට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ ඇයිද මේ වයි පරේ බලන්
Now
ඉන්නේ
there, MIBR just
ඒක තමයි ඔක්කොම අරේ බලන් ඉන්නකොට වයිපට එළිය බලන්න බෑ බයි එක
දෙන්නත් තරේ බලද්දි මූද් බලන්
all of
ඉන්නේ
them, I think we're staring at main. Miscalculation gets him the free one, gets him the open A site, and then he does exactly what he needs to
Aldo,
do
ඒක
in
නම්
the one
අපරාධයි,
v2.
ඔයි.
He isolates that first player. When Verno tapped the spike, Aspas
ඊළඟ
not
මැච්
ready
එකට
to
යන්න
help.
කියනවා
And now out
අපි
of
ඊළඟ
that clutch,
අපි ඊළඟ එකට යන්න
G2 want to keep the pressure on. Ready for just an explosive A hit. They still have this cosmic divide from Valen if they want to use that, but it's not necessary.
හරුවර මේක කුඩ තිස්ටන් කරා
Three
කියන්නේ
walls essentially going up. A fourth wall, why not?
Are we going to break it? Here's Jaw. Doesn't want to swing it as yet.
Do G2 try to go and push through this? Maybe it doesn't have a flash, so it doesn't seem super likely. They have nothing to get past it.
Layers and layers. MIBR have to get moving though. This spike, it's been planted for a hot minute. Cosmic comes up. This time it's for the defender. The Jaw gets
බේජ්
better.
බේජ්
Aspas on the
ඔබම
other side of
දෙන්නෙක්
it.
පපදැව්වා
Still doesn't want to go for the timing. Look at this discipline from G2. They're not pushing past these
අයියෝ බං
I'm just trying to win a 1v1 against Valen right now.
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
happening.
it's
It's
not
not
අයියෝ
gonna
fucking
happen.
hell boy
Six. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. 3 in that
ඔඩෝ
round.
රුගෝ
Four
තියෙන
prior.
සුපර් ලයිට් 2 එකේ නිල් පාට එකද
12 is the
නිල් පාට එක
scoreline.
නේද?
G2
මංගාව තියෙන සුපර්ලයිට් එකනේ සුපර්ලයිට් 2 එක
සුපර්ලයිට් මොකද 1 එකනේ තියෙන්නේ
ඔව් මේක බං මේකේ උස අඩුයි බං සුපර්ලයිට් 2 එකේ උස වැඩි බං ඒ කියන්නේ අර තම් එකේ මේ තම් එක ටිකක් උස වැඩි ඔව් දැන් මගේ එක අර සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තම් එකේ ගානට තම උස තියෙන්නේ බං
ඒක තම් එකට තියෙන අලුතෙන්ම මවුස් එක ලොජිටෙක් වල නිකන් අර බූටින් කීබෝඩ් වල තියෙන ඇක්ටිවේෂන් පොයින්ට් එක ඇක්ටිව් කරන්න පුළුවන් අනියම සීන් එක කරන්න පුළුවන් එකක් දැන් මේ ළඟදී රිලීස් වුණේ දැන් තාම ඒක අර ඔෆිෂියල් සයිට් එකෙත් බයි කරන්නේ නැහැ අර ප්‍රී ඕඩර් කරපුන්ට දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා අර රිවිව් එකම දාලා තියෙනවා සුපර් ස්ට්‍රයික් කියලා
ආව් රේසරත් අලුතෙන් මොකක් හරි ගැහුවා බං අලුත් මවුස් එක
ආව් ලොජිටෙක්
ලත් ගැහුවා ඒක තමයි රේසරත් ගහලා තිබ්බ එක
රේසරත් ගහලා ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි දැන් අර කියන විදිහට ඒක තමයි අර ඇඩ්වාන්ස්මන්ට් ටෙක්නොලොජි එක තියෙන දැනට
අරක්කේ මොකක් හරි මේ ආකිටෙක්චරින් මොකක් හරි එකක් තියෙන අම්මෝ එකක් ගැහුවොත් එකක් කනවා මේ කියන්නේ කිල් එකට කිල් එක යනවා බං
He'll be forced off the side for the time being, and Valon is going to go looking.
It's
dangerous for the IGL.
He's feeling maxed out confidence in his distraction is going to work for Leaf, who's just patiently walking up mid, and Valon, of course.
Hari ivarai Vernoth ivarai.
Not again, surely not. Verno frame marked by Valon. What? That's up to Tex. The Viper's just about to drop.
Kanne maha unexpected විදියට නේද?
Leaf just waiting indoors now.
ඉවර මැච් එකට දීලා ඒක.
හරි right.
Definitely looking like the ASU.
Oh my goodness, G2.
13-6
on Breeze to start this very important.
ඒ කෙල්ල එන ඇංග්‍රි හිටියේ දැක්කද? ඒ පෙන්නපු කෙල්ල හිටියේ නිකන් එන්න තරහෙන් බං.
MIBR fan කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ.
Of some crazy discipline. The kind of discipline that sure we've seen from MIBR.
It's 25-7. The scoreboard just popped up for us. He's 25-7, man.
අඩෝ බලමු ඊළඟ එක හෙවන් එක මොකද්ද කරගන්නේ කියලා. හෙවන් එකෙන් ඔබ කියන්නේ කවුද සෙකන්ඩ් ගහන්නේ කවුද?
හෙවන් එකේ
ඩුවලිස් ගහන්න මේ පාර.
Those guys are pressuring. He's getting good swings off of them.
ඔය ඔබ දැක්කද ඔය ට්‍රෝෆි එකේ වගේ ෆ්ලෙක්ස් එකක් එනවා කියලා දාලා තිබ්බනේ ලීග් එකේ.
That was a
massive
round to win.
ඒ ට්‍රෝෆි එක අර
මීගත් එක්ක
Those holds early.
කද්දාලු දෙගෙන නයිෆ් එකත් එක්ක
Fast B pops from MIBR. They were just running into a blender with Leaf in that choke. Baby Bay playing it as well, and then TPing back side. They're just working off each other so nicely.
අඩෝ මේ මුන් නිකන් ලස්සන්ට ස්ට්‍රයික් එක තියන් ආවා. අර එක දිගට මැච් රවුන්ඩ් එකක් යන්න ගත්තා. ඒ යන්න ගියා විතරයි එක දිගටම ගියා බං. අඩෝ අර රවුන්ඩ් එක අපරාධනේ. 17 වෙනි රවුන්ඩ් එක.
නමු ක්ලච් කරපු 1v3 එකනේ.
1v4 එක.
නෑ 1v4ද? 4ද කොහෙදනේ මුලින්ම එක එක්ක මරුවා. ඊට පස්සේ 1v4 නේ.
එකක 1v4 Red Bull ක්ලච් එක. කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම ක්ලච් Red Bull ක්ලච් තමයි. Pride right not pride right. ලංකාවේ ටූර්නමන්ට් එකක් ගියොත් එහෙම රයිට් ක්ලච් එක නේද යන්නේ රෙඩ් බුල් නෙමෙයි තියෙන රයිට් නේ බා රයිට් ක්ලච් රයිට් වලට වඩා කොකා කෝලා තමයි බං යන්නේ දැන් අරකෙත් තනකර කොකා කෝලා එක තමයි මේ ප්ලේක්ස් එකෙත් කොකා කෝලානේ තනකර ස්පොන්සර් කරේ මේන් ස්පොන්සර් හිටියේ මේන් ස්පොන්සර්ලා හිටියා සෙට් එකක්ම කොකා කෝලා වල තමයි බෙවරේජ් හිටියේ
ඒ රයිඩර් එච්චර ලොකු නැතුවෙත් කොකා කෝලා ගන්න දෙම් පිටර් බෑන්ඩ් එක
ඌවේ රයිඩ් එක හැබැයි කිස්ට් ලගේ කිස්ට් එක
රයිඩ් එක කිස්ට් එක පිටරට මම දන්නේ ඒක
නෑ කිස්ට් එක මං හිතන්නේ ලංකාවේ නේ කිස්ට් එක ලංකාවේ වා MD එකත් ලංකාවේ MD කිස්ට් දෙකම ලංකාවේ
මේ බන්දර ඔක්කොම කාඩ් ටික එක වගේ කරපු එක
චාටර් යුනික්නස්
නෑ දැන් කිසිම එලෝ රහන්න එහෙම මම හොඳට ෆස්ට් එක ගත්තේ මම ලෙවයතන් එක ඒක මරු ඒ ෆස්ට් එකේ තිබ්බ යුනික් ගතිය නේ දැන් එකකට ඔක්කොම එක වගේ මොකද්ද තීරු
අර පාට විතරයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ
පාට විතරයි වෙනස්. ඒ කියන්නේ පාටයි ලෝගෝ එකක් ඕනනම් කාඩ් එකේ තියෙන ඒක වෙනස්. එච්චරයි. තනිකර එකම තියෙන්නේ.
Flash que elimina Brock que dice ¿quién se pegó?
Oh no. He's too clean with it. What? He's at 6 health. Ethan caught out by the bucky. Foster almost went down. I think he's got it, yeah. Oh, that's another one. That is messed up, bro. That is messed up!
MIBR
CS?
Did you know that actually the colors from the Chile flag have different meanings? So we have the square that represents the Pacific Ocean. We also have the white stripe that represents the Andes Mountains, and we also have the red stripe that represents the blood shed from the independence. And also you have the white star that symbolizes honor and progress.
Welcome back, everyone. As we all know, America's is the best region in the VCT, and you can let everyone in the world know because the new 2026 season capsule is launching this week.
America is the best region in the VCT.
And a player card. It will be available February 19th, so make sure you get yours ASAP. That actually looks pretty cool.
It's like the one where it's like kind of like big in your view model, and you like hold it down. It's got a good like. You hold it down?
Yeah. I think I know the one. I might know the one.
It's really hard to describe a knife animation verbally, but it's
There you go, Balaji down. Effect විතරයි මේ champions එකක් දීලා නැතිව.
Let's go ahead and talk about what we just saw because
මුලින්ම දින්නේ ඇසෙන්.
back at it
ඇසෙන්
again.
මන මත විදිහට යුරෝප් එක.
Double duelist comp in full effect here. You were seeing Jogamo
විචි දෙකේ කවුද
work
බන්දි?
together quite nicely. And I mean, Emily, just felt like this G2 team.
Loudla දින්නනේ champions
Maybe
එක.
not from the absolute beginning because they did lose the pistols, but
ඊදස්සර ගේම තිබ්බේ ලවුඩ්ලගේ ඔප්ටික් ලගේ ඔප්ටික්
Yeah,
කියන්නේ
on that
ඊට
defensive
පුඩින්
half especially, we saw them being super proactive
අපේ
and
ඊට
being
ඔප්ටික් එකකට
impressive,
උනම්
especially in the
normal
extremities.
masters
They'd
එකක්
get
දින්නවා
one
ඉතින් නරක
kill,
දින්නේ
then they'd
ලවුඩ්ලා
rotate back
champions
towards mid, get another, and it was just a common trend throughout that whole half.
තෝඩ
And
එක
then on that
බ්‍රසීල්
second
ඒකත්
half,
නිකන්
we
ඇමරිකන්
still saw
වගේ
the same
නෙමෙයි
aggression
කියන්නේ
in the post or in the execs.
Yeah, it feels like
ඒතර
they were
ඊළඟ
not
දින්නේ
afraid to
EG
kind of push
EG
towards
කොහොමත්
that
ඇමරිකන්
backside. But for
ඊට
me,
පස්සේ
what really
24
stood out
දින්නේ
on that
චයිනා
defensive
ඒක නම්
side
මචං
is
කැරිමලා
even on the
හී
rounds
සීන්
where
එක
they
මන්න
knew they
හිතන්නේ
had those thrifties.
යෝන්
They
දිනන්න
still
තිබ්බේ
peaked.
නෙමෙයි
They knew there was that
මේ
one
යෝන්
round,
දින්නේ
round
මොකද
14, where they knew that MIBR saved the op, and knowing that Jogamo just peaked
දින්න
up towards
චයිනා
once the op went down,
ඒක දින්නේ එන්න
Baby Bay just pushed down towards elbow because he knew the rest of the team was
ඇමරිකා
split
තුනක්
up, and
දින්න
they had pistols. Zero fear in their gameplay.
Yeah,
පහෙන් තුනක් දීලා තියෙන ඇමරිකා
MIBR play double duelists. They like to play these spread early rounds to give opportunity for their superstar players to get those early picks.
PRX ලේ මේ කියන්නේ ලෝරහක් නේ නිකන් පොඩි බැලුවද මේ ටීම් එක
ඒකනේ බං ඇයි ඒක තමයි
නන්දන්නේ නිකන් නම් අහලා තිබි ටීම් වලින් කන
make the later round executes so much
You
more
know,
challenging for MIBR.
And it felt like their aggressive style just kept going because on their attack side, like you were talking about, with their post plans, they were not afraid to walk up to that deep Viper wall and take the fight past that wall. And every single time MIBR, they were either caught off guard, they had util in their hands, or they just simply couldn't get the trades.
Yeah, their timings were so good because we saw MIBR kind of hold a little back. They had the people there, but they were holding for that early aggression into their exec, but it never came. And just when they were least expecting it, when two people had utility out, we pushed through that and G2 got away with it.
I think this is just a G2 that you can tell that they have their game plan solidified, because it wasn't just the two duelists that were pushing that backside. We also saw the Astra pushing at some point. It just worked out really well for them. You can tell that this was part of the plan specifically against MIBR as well.
Yeah, and for them to lose their map pick on Breeze, absolutely devastating. This was a map that we were praising MIBR for, especially knowing that we were going to see Aspas on the Jet, which was a comfort pick for him. But I also think, too, listening to you guys talk about all this as well, it kind of just relays to, yes, this team, MIBR, you can on paper say super team 100% because the players on the team are phenomenal. They just haven't had that time to be able to like work together. And what you're seeing right now, really, I think it's just like a fundamental difference in like individuals who have been together for a very long time that can have very frank, honest conversations about how they want to approach a situation, Mimi, versus an MIBR that probably is doing the same thing, but
they just haven't
don't have that experience.
They were playing until like, what,
and that too.
12, 15 hours ago. 5 maps to then come into this, and it is interesting. They picked Breeze, a map where they absolutely crushed Furia last night as, I think, a really confident way, a warm-up map, as you were dubbing it, Myrna, to get into this game. And now they've lost it in this fashion, and especially with these late rounds, it has to be crushing. This one was really unacceptable. Losing this 1v4 to Valen, the way some of the individuals are swinging out alone, not being thorough in how they're trading. They let him get into that position. And to his credit, he absolutely exploited it, but they cannot be letting rounds like that slip because it's already in a rough game. Just gonna crush the mental to lose those.
And in my head, it just shows a lack of chemistry that's not being made up for in the comms. Like, that should never happen. We should always be on the same page, know what's open, know what's not, be confident that you can stick that bomb or not. Like, these are mistakes that should not be happening this late in the round.
But that comes from the fact that you have a team that's still trying to figure out how to work together. And now you have 4 maps to go through here for MIBR to try and bring this one back here. You got to figure out something on Haven. Otherwise, Mimi, G2 could run away with that one too.
The way that MIBR stacked this map pick phase is interesting. They picked Breeze, which I'm sure they were very confident on after the Fury.
MIBR confident Breeze pick
front-loaded both Breeze and Haven. 2 maps Breeze have not shown play yet in Kickoff. So they went in blind to Breeze, they lost, and now after a crushing defeat, they have to go in blind again to try and bounce back on Haven.
Also, we haven't seen any big changes or surprises coming in from the side of MIBR. The last time we saw them on Haven, we didn't see them doing that double duelist, and we saw Aspas struggle on that solo duelist role on that Neon and not finding the success that we need him to have, especially now.
A lot of questions that we have as we get ready for Mat 2, but so far your 3-time America's champions are looking good. They're up 1-0 in this series. Can Aspas and MIBR bounce back? Uber and Wyatt will guide you through Mat 2 on the other side.
හරි බොයි අපි බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. මේක ගහගත්තේ නැත්නම් MIBR ලා ඇතම සිද්ධියක් වෙන්නේ.
Pretty deflated showing from MIBR on their map pick of Breeze to start the series, but there's much more Valorant to be played. This is a best of 5 in our middle grand final with, of course, the winner representing the region in Chile. We're off to Haven here. So this is the second of 2 consecutive maps. We have no data on G2 at all, which means that many of their opponents will have the same issue.
Oh my, and we're getting a crazy call from G2. I'm down. Okay, first of all, I will say Haven, I feel like has to be the least... I feel like Haven has to be the least played map in Kickoff. When we have seen it Every time. It is a mirror match of this comp that Gen G developed late last year. Everyone's running it. I thought if there was one team now that will not do that, that will stray away from the meta, it will be G2, and it is G2. There's a lot to talk about here. First of all, the Jaw Phoenix. He was insane when he played that on Pearl the other day. Baby Bay on what has been statistically his best agent. He's putting up 0.95 kills per round on Chamber, so damn near a kill a round when he's playing this agent. Opping constantly, that's possibly his best feature as a player. Leaf on the Yoru, have we ever seen Leaf even play Yoru in an official with this team? I don't think so. I mean, it was Jaw playing it all last year. Like, they never ran double duelists.
Back in the Icy era? Maybe?
I don't even, bro, I don't know. Someone get out the dust off the tomes. Someone find out. I don't know if that's ever been the case. I was always interested, though, even last year, at seeing what if Leaf and Jaw were playing double duelists, because Leaf used to be a duelist player when he was with C9. When he first joined G2, they had him on duelist before he started flexing around. So I'm interested to see how that works. Also, no Sova on Haven? A fade instead of a... You never see that. No Sova? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, every single pick feels off meta right now, except for Yoru, I guess. Yes. But I don't even know, man. This is crazy.
G2 have gone from being inoffensive but uninspiring to complete and utter mavericks in how they approach the game.
And I love it. I love it for them. Yep. I love it for me. Because they are the most entertaining to watch they've ever been right now. I'm here for it. Baby Bay is just working towards C-Long, hoping that someone just exposes themselves a little bit too much on a jump peek, a little jiggle for info. Doesn't look like that'll be the case right now.
Yeah, Mazzino's really showing very little.
Mazzino, as the rest of the team work into Garage. Prowler comboed with the flash to get that space, and now it is a hit into C.
I like this idea from Tex immediately activating after Mazzino got spotted, but it's not really paying off, is it? Verno, best he can do is try and stem the bleed, but it was only the Leaf to fall by his hand. And it is Aspas on a long rotate to an already lost site. We've heard that one before, but that's a nice shooting.
He could win this. These players are very weak. One shot for Valin and Jaw to go down.
Relay ball. Wild. What is that? That was a bit messy. Okay, Valin, I guess, on the run with the frenzy, surely.
Oh
my God, that was still dangerous. Trent could have gotten one shot there.
Should tell you how much legacy there is behind Aspas. That situation like that, we are still in suspense.
Absolutely. This, I will say, though, in that BO5 against Furio was the map that he performed the worst on. He put up 11 for 17. He was better on every other map in the pool. He's going to need to step it up today. What a cool hit this is, though, by the way, from G2. They have that util combo for
forgot about G2 Classic, baby. Let's go.
And then after that, they just run it into C. Jaw walls on the right side to cut off the angle at logs so they can just fight forward. That was really sick. And they had their wall into that execute as well. Someone is cooking.
Yeah, again,
Josh RT is cooking.
This Viper wall, obviously from MIBR, will try and give them some purchase to play through that logs and backside direction, but fast lane was a bit of a problem. And now slowly, some of this Killjoy utility is being torn away.
Yeah, Dre just here's that turret. Knows he should be able to break it pretty safely, as he does.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Swinging it. Okay. All right, bro. Back on the line, gets Baby Bay determined not to allow these pistols to force him away.
Don't hate that MIBR were going for that. A little tough at the long range, but you never know. A couple headshots from multiple players could have sent Baby Bay to the grave. G2 a little bit slower here, though, on this round. Still working towards Garage. Josh still just expending his flashes to fight in there.
This is their anti-eco protocol. We saw it a bunch on Breeze as well.
Has to be said, though, this buy for G2 is light on a round 2.
Oh, Valin has the sixth sense for this.
Oh,
tried to drag his aim away with that recon. But no, he snapped it back. It was almost magnetic. And there's Verno, pinged out by the Horn. His time is short, and Aspas barely gets a look in.
2 pistols and a Marshal brought into that with the Bulldog and Guardian. Not much weaponry for G2, despite they won the pistol round. And they still make it look so clean. Gonna buy up a couple rifles here, crucially. Jaw with that Phoenix ult already.
You gotta love that from Valin. He's aware midway through that bolt flying across the screen that he needs his crosshair back on that Nebula.
No, love to see Phoenix on Haven. It's giving FaZe Clan Invitational. it's giving 2020 Valorant.
So pretty sure Dre was playing.
Hello.
Hello, me Hanaga
on defense with knives. I remember that well.
On leaf gahana yoru.
G2 just slow in mid right now.
Leaf yoru gahana.
Defense, but that is not going to come as they are just spread around that, playing around this.
Leaf someone in Sentinel.
Jaw has been flashing into Garage here.
Na baby chamber nan gahana ek hari. Leaf yoru gahana on dekka I කියන්නේ ඉස්සරම නම් ගහන්න ඇති ඉස්සරම. අගදිනන් ඩෝලිස්සු ගැහුවනේ. මුන්ගේ ගහන්නේ ෆීනික්ස් අනික. මුන් කොම්ප් වෙනස් කරලා මම මත මුන්ගේ හෙවන්න ගන්න එක්ක ළඟදී බලලා නැත්තම් මුන් කොම්ප් එක වෙනස් කරලා.
Sends a gate crash in there as well.
It does pull Mazzino over towards garage area. He gives up a bit of this space on B, but G2 are not convinced that.
Are they going to go for some kind of crazy split into C where Leaf does take that teleport? Is that the move?
I think off contact he might.
Oh my god! I mean, Aspas need to activate that play to take care of him at default. He just goes out straight.
If he got that contact, he would have gone for it. He's going to walk up C-Long instead.
30 seconds left.
There's that C's for back plat. Nebula comes down at the choke.
They don't know about backside, I think, which is why Leaf doesn't just blindly go in.
Nice one, ba.
Great shock. He picks up that operator, by the way.
ඒක වැදුන්නේ නැහැ නේද කාටවත්. වැදුන්නේ බේබි බේල් පොඩ්ඩක් ගියා.
Players to work with going to be all about the gunplay.
Boxing into the side with the dark cover as well, make it so you can't play post plant.
මේකත් තරතුන තුන්ට නිදාගන්න
play close here and Leaf's lucky to get away. He'll gate crash out.
Gate crash out, but smoked off. Actually, that dark cover does drop, so still will be a factor, that turret.
The Viper wall matters though in terms of trying to hold him from a long. Trent does this quick peek, and Zekin is out of the mix. That's the only gone. What can Leaf see here though? Baby Bay's really got to
අයියෝ මෙන්න හැමතැනම අනේ බං
coming to save MIBR. And that's a bonus conversion
අඩෝ චාටර්නේ
Took
ඉන්න
Leaf a second, but he's able to close out the round after Baby Bay makes some nice aiming adjustments on that site. Double push through that wall in the smoke wasn't perfectly timed from MIBR, and that allows him to get the two-piece.
One enemy remaining.
This wall is honestly paying dividends.
Come on! Come on, baby!
come on baby තමයි බා.
Such a strong statement to make here at the start of Haven. On the attack side, in fairness, Bajor now has that runner back ready to go.
Zeno backing off towards C. Instantly back into garage.
Makes sense to you. Ooh, nice from Tex, but again, it's
instant trade from Valent. It just doesn't even matter.
And George just picks himself back up and gets back to business.
And he'll probably get another Phoenix ult.
Phoenix
to get the last. Only a few rounds to get it. So
you're gonna have to look out for that.
Phoenix වේදන මේ Phoenix වලදී බේත් කරලා යන්න දීලා
every time it's up.
Whether it's Leaf or Baby, they are just intending on having a lone man working C long, taking contact fights for G2. So far, the map is just
මම
garage
ඉන්න
and
යකෝ
C.
කලකිරිලා
Don't even
ඉන්නේ.
know that the rest of the
ඉන්න
map
කලකිරිලා.
well, they just
මෙලොව
got
රහක් නැහැ බා.
one. They haven't unlocked a yet.
අම්මෝ nice බං second well played බං. අම්මෝ
Right click and Leaf can't even intervene.
අම්මෝ බං.
Zekin gets himself
second නම් කෙලින්ම ගැහුවා යකෝ.
damage. Surely he's been done.
අර කෝන එක චෙක් කරේ නෑ
නෑ ඕ තුනම චෙක් කරේ නෑ බං.
Straight up composure under pressure.
නෑ මෙහෙම පළවෙනි එක අයියට වස්ත උමත්
චෙක් කරන්න නැහැ නේ ඒක නම් ඇත්ත.
Simply need to capitalize on this round.
අන්න බලපංකෝ බේබි වේගෙන් කනවද. අරු ගිල ගන්නයක් ගත්ත නම් හරි බං. අයියෝ ඔහොම නම් ඉන්න එපා මේ කවුද?
Aspas does not have the HP
Don't
to
do
take
that,
a
bang.
shot from the outlaw.
He's just holding here.
Oh, he just wants to bait it out.
හරි හරි ගැහුවා ගැහුවා.
Surely
second
aware of
ගැහුවා.
this, Got to be careful. Zekin gets close enough. The crossfire won't save Drake.
Here's that Aspas goes right into
මා
garage.
ස්පස් නම් do something
He's
බං.
doubling back around to C long.
This part is quiet.
Time is ticking right now.
අයියෝ.
Sees him coming, and the second shot connects. That's Aspas down, and now it's all in
අයියෝ
Zekin.
ඇයි
Some serious
හුත්තේ.
heroics at the start of the round with a classic.
බලපංකෝ දැන් G2 ලාගෙන පික් එක බං.
Feels like MIBR just could
මේක
not get synced up in that moment.
උන් බලපං උන්
Aspas
ගහනවා ඒ
making all of
කියන්නේ
that noise.
උන්ට ෂුවර් ඉතින් උන් ගහනවා ෂුවර් පිට බං.
Right positional adjustments. What a crazy.
එතන උනේ අරු බල්ලා දැම්මෙත්තර පැත්තට
Third one is pretty insane.
මේ හන්ද මේ අරු චෙක් කරෙත් නෑ ෆ්ලෑෂ් වෙලා ගියපු හන්ද මේ ටික වෙලා කරන අරු වෙඩි තිබ්බේ
වෙඩි තිබ්බේ නැතෝ
උන්ගේ කවුරුත් නෑ කියලා චරුට තිබ්බේ
Leaf running back the Ori, looking pretty good at 5-1 thus far. I say running back, assuming he's done it before, but it's the first time in a while.
We're going to see G2 just cycling Duelist ult into Duelist ult to win out these rounds and have some potent executes. Aspas wants to get in front of this utility, get close with the shorty, but he can't capitalize.
Bit of damage on Jaw, but he's
Yo,
more than happy to
como
keep pushing
gahano
out on
ki
this side from
hammo
backside. It's
supir
Verno. Kex gets in there as well. Hunter's Fury. These Baby Bay, the last player now for G2.
මේක ගෙවුවොත්
මේක ගැහුවොත් නම් මම ලයිව් එක වහලා මම යනවා නිදාගන්න බප්පලම මචං නිදාගන්න. ඒක මේ බලමු කවුද ඉන්නේ කියලා. ලාස්ට් මැච් එක කොහොමද? මේ ගණන් ගැහුවොත් නම් සිරාවට මේ MIBR ලබන් ගැන වැඩක්ම නැහැ කතා කරලා. අර MIBR ලා නිකන් ලංකා ටීම් එක ගන්නට යනවා මේක මේ පෙරදුනොත් එහෙමනම් මේක මේ රවුන්ඩ් එක පෙරදුනොත් ලංකාවේ ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එක සමාන MIBR කියලා මම දානවා.
ඒ ලොන්තෝ කියලා ලංකාවේ ක්‍රිකට් ටීමේ ලොන්තෝ කියලා MIBR
අනේ හුක් කරනවා දාලා. අම්මෝ.
බයවුණා නේද අර?
ඔව් අතන හොඳ වෙලාවට එතන ඩබල් පීක් එකක් ගියපු හින්දා ගැහුවේ බං. එතන 1v1
එහෙම තමයි ගහන්න දීදී. ඒ කියන්නේ එකෙක්ගේ මේ පීක් එකට තමයි අරුන්
පීක් එකට
them and G2 honestly there've been a couple of close
කොහොමද මේ අරුවට මර්සිනෝට ගහලා හැම බේබි බේ රිෆ්ලෙක්ෂන් ෂොට් එකක් ගැහුවොත් එහෙම රිෆ්ලෙක්ට් ගැහුවොත් අරුවට ටොක් ටොක් ගාලා ඇයි ඊයේ මේ එහෙම ගහනවා මෙයා බං මේ ට්‍රෙක්ස් ගහනවා ටෙක්ස් මේ මෙයාලට මේ ඊ ගැහුවේ කාතිකද අවුරා නේද නෑ
the DLC.
මම මතකත් නෑ උත්තු.
They discovered a lobby.
Fury අවුරා නෙමෙයි Fury. ඒත් heaven map එකේ garage එකේ ගහන්නේ බා. අරුන්ගේ ඩබල්
මට මතකයි මේ වගේ ටීම් එකකට මට මතකද හරියට
ඔව් ඒ කියන්නේ ඩබල් ඩෝ මේ කෙලින්ම ගහන්න බං මේ අතන වින්ඩෝ එකේ ස්ටෑ එකට ගහලා හැමම වින්ඩෝ එක ඇතුළට ගහනවා බං ටෝන් ගාලා පැන්ටම් පාර
හරි මට මතක පහලින් ගහන්නේ
ඔව් පහලින් අනේ හුකේ දාලා
හරි රවුන්ඩ් එක කරදයි
Second, will he be spotted in this smoke? No. Gives it a tap. Surely he emerges off some kind of timing. This would be an
අනේ ගහගනින් මගේ එකා
like we've never seen
before. වරියන්තන්.
Zek is cool.
ඌවර අහක බලාගෙන වගේ අර ඌ බැලුවේ අතන කෝන එකනේ.
ඒක අර පැත්තේ ඒක මේමනේ බා. දැන් ඔප් එකක් හන්ද ඌ හිතපු විදිහ හරි. ඌ හිතුවන් දැන් ඔප් එකට වන් සාමාන්‍ය ලොන් ඇන්ගල් එකට ඩීක් කරන්නේ ඇතුළේ ඇන්ගල් එකට ඩීක් කරන්නේ. අදී බියරන් ආවිදී බලන්න ආවිදී හරියටම හරි. අර විදිහින් මේ පැත්තෙන් බීක් කරා. ඌත් ඒක හිතන්නදී මේ දැන් අර ඌ මේ පැත්තෙන් බලන් ඉන්නේ නැති වෙයි කියලා ඌ බීක් කරන්න දැක්කේ.
Insane.
Dark cover. Walk up in there.
කොහමරි MIBR ලක ප්ලෑන් එක හරි ගියා.
That's beautiful stuff.
And force onto the eco
මේ
now.
MIBR සිරාවටම ලංකාවේ ක්‍රිකට් ටීම් එක වගේ බා හાર્ට් අටැක් දෙන්න බා. බලන් ඉන්නේ උන්ට.
G2's comp tons of stuff to fight into these chokes. But they overestimated the Prowler last round. Now it gets harder with these weaker weapons. Okay, supportive force is active.
Someone want to break that turn? Nice.
Now, Mizzino has been jump spotting in prior rounds.
He will not be doing. I would be shocked if he jump spots on this round after hearing the ult be popped.
Yeah, he's heard the voice line.
Do not do that, Mizzino, please. you want to go to Chile, right?
Bro?
Jump beat back plat.
So when we go in, fade.
Crossing into A lobby now with that.
Trent Gahan.
Drone's going to see it though.
Okay, unlocked. Trent is going through, and that's going to force Verno back. Osboss as well. They can double up on the site. Zekin, rather, is getting there pretty quickly as well. So they have enough players to nullify a hit when it does come through, and it will come through. G2, they want to commit.
Uncomfortable for Osboss. He actually doesn't quite know where to be standing. That Molly made
Oh, nice one, ba. Nice one, ba. Well played, ba. Well played.
MIBR fight their way back into Haven.
Verno just always at his best when he gets to play the Sova. Really always has been. And MIBR, they are right back into this game. Shutting down this eco. Great fast rotate to get everyone into that A site. Tour de force, zero value for Dre.
Okay. Listen,
Most emotive Verno moment.
Genuinely, yeah, we actually got a fist pump there, which is crazy.
Verno moment.
Okay, timeout here called by G2.
Moment.
The hijinks, they got the 4 rounds up, including that pistol win, of course. Doesn't quite seem to be hitting the same way. Still coming in around, though, where they're going to be bought up. So now they've got to figure out what the plan is. So far, they've got a way to fight into basically every choke, usually on every round. Runner back is now available again for Jorgamo. Last time he had that, he pops it and runs into garage, gets traded, so it's a 5v4. That can be used elsewhere on the map as well, but that's one way you can bully your way into these contested areas.
Yeah, look, we've definitely seen that this comp is good at fighting in garage. When they get into the close quarters, when you have the Phoenix, they are going to be able to find success. But so far, fighting in garage was the only success they had early, and on previous rounds, or the more recent rounds, MIBR did do a better job contesting that part of the map, Mizzino specifically there, right?
So it's got to be more to it. It's got to be a deeper playbook for G2.
Out of this timeout, Baby Bay is going to pick up the op, so you would imagine that indicates that they're going to try to slow the game down here after playing pretty much just rapid pace rounds only. So your standard smoke going down deep A lobby, which G2 do not care about one bit. They go right past that. Leaf is into A long with the Nebula cutting off a potential op angle if it was Osboss playing that side of the map, but he is just watching down mid at the moment. Recall Star forces him off the line, doesn't want to hold it, and suddenly there's someone on that angle ready to just shoot him while it drops, right? So
it still feels like the game plan is this Phoenix ultimate. Jaws tucked quite far forward.
Going up. Sends the wall over towards Garage. Prowler, they're making it seem like they're trying to make that foray into Garage. And, well, shut down right away with the ult as G2 try to desperately make something happen on this A side. It's going to be a long rotate with the spike from Trent to get over towards A.
And Verno just stopped them in their tracks over towards the A side of the map. 40 seconds left in the round now. Very much a default for G2, but none of their options have worked.
Yeah, the intentions of that play were shut down straight away. Osboss being able to get rid of that Phoenix ult there. Good blind from Jaw is in, does break that turret, is trying to make it seem again like we're going towards B, we're making something happen here, and it is working.
It's working.
To the extent that this C site now open. They'll have to deal with Zekin in Garage. Jaw, does he sniff this out? Does he check the tight, that tight angle though on the corner?
Zekin afford to sit there for too much longer. He's definitely not going to stop the plant. Shot dart on towards Trent, it's just negligible damage though.
No ultimates in play at the moment.
They're
this
gonna
Garage
pitch.
fight is going to be crucial. Second call with the util out. Horrific timing. What a shot from Dre as well.
This has come together so nicely for G2, but they've got to stick at the landing. Verno with a swing. Leave out of the picture. So many eyes on this spike though, and Garage is under G2's control. No util here for MIBR. And so they step up into Valent's crosshairs. Full like flies. Aspas needs to work some magic, but Trent, he's the nullifying factor.
The G2 team do a really lovely job in that post plant of getting the Garage control and then using that map control to the max. With Valen, you saw him playing kind of closer here, right? And then he steps back. Right behind him is Trent. They have a setup to face that next player that's going to try to swing in, get the trade. So even if Valen goes down there, that second MIBR player was definitely going to go down to Trent anyway, unless there was some kind of insane spray down, right? So
Joel really sold at B as well.
Yeah, that pivot that they made back after the initial play completely ended up working. So Josh finding success with the timeout that he called there, giving them the strat into that round. Valen here with the Cosmic Divide. Mizzino with the Pit hasn't tried to use that early to control any space, holding on to it for later in the round.
Always the contested part of the map. It's another variety of wall here for Jaw to at least imply. And Verno gets exploratory.
Fast rotate now coming from MIBR. Look at them going through B, trying to get here in time to support Zekin, who is fully committed right now, playing from hell. But the swing out, just caught by Baby Bay, who excels in these kind of situations as an attack operator. It feels like he's just always on the right angle, and he's never going to miss.
Zeno's committed to A fully here, but I don't know if G2 are.
Pulling off. Tex is aware that's that position on G2. Jaw breaks the alarm bot, but the crosshair was not placed accurately. He's shut down. Osboss was already rotating away. Bought that breaking of the alarm bot from Jaw.
You see Mizzino where he dies? He's pulled back from that tucked close position to sewer.
Yeah, G2 are really using the Phoenix presence as a fake. just
Leave
trying
for
to
the
make it
Hutna and
seem
Espesna with that.
like, hey, we're going to keep playing this like we did in the early rounds. Phoenix, like tip of the spear, we're following him up. But it hasn't been the case on round 8 or now round 9. And look, even though G2 had a huge advantage, that usage of the Phoenix in the way still does put the nail in the coffin here.
Nice hook.
No, there's just no way. Valen 2
anything හතර දෙනාම ඇවිල්ලා ඉතින්.
finally removed from Ospas
එකෙක්
hands.
දෙයා අරුට ගැහුවත් අනිත් එක ගහනවා.
Extending the lead.
ඔප් එක ගන්න තිබ්බ.
Losing Verno sort of early to mid in the round is really what makes it impossible for MIBR to
ඔඩුවර
make the
බලපන්
right
ඊ
choice.
ගහන්නේ වර්නුගේ අතකට
Set
බං.
their defenders.
It's peaks like that against Baby Bay Chamber on attack that will just get you punished. That is how he exploits teams. We were seeing that on Bind consistently. When teams on defense Bind were too willing to try to take peeks and showers or down B long, free kills for Baby Bay. And then later in the round, he'll get that space and then post up on the right angles again. He is a phenomenal attack side AWPer in that, yes, we know he can hit some of those crazy shots. We saw that earlier, right? With the kill flick shot onto Ospas. But he is also just really intelligent at getting in the right places at the right times and getting the free kills too. That is one of the main reasons that his stats on Chamber have been obscene so far. He's just going to consistently find those entry hits.
And again, it is Haven. You do get pulled around the map. A bunch of defenders. You are going to be spread thin. But G2 pushing in just the right areas to make that especially uncomfortable for MIBR. But it's a change of pace, I think, from their first 2 rounds. They're slower, more default-oriented now, and they're trying to keep their options open a lot.
Looks like MIBR might want to fight heavy for A lobby out of this timeout.
මුන් කොහමද G2 ල confident ඉන්නේ බං කොච්චර වුණා.
Scrappy help Verno could even send out the Hunter's Fury to try to get an advantage here and win an eco round.
ඉතින් උන් නිකන් උන් පෙරදුනත් උන් නිකන් unbeatable විදියට ඉන්නේ බං.
Into sewer. That was Zekin.
It's not going to be a heavy contention though from G2 towards A lobby.
අනේ බලපන්
මේ තියෙන ෆෝමැට් එක හැටියට බං අර එකම ටීම් එක දෙපාරක් සෙට් වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
ඔව්.
නැත්තම් මම නම් කියන්නේ මුන්ට මේ Okay, Fury alagen G2 le. Fury වලට තාජෙත් උත්සාහ කරනවා.
මුන් ටක් ගාලා ඉගෙන ගන්නවා බං. මොකද්ද මුන්ගේ ෆෝල්ට් එක කියලා?
Catches on the 2 off the side. We do have that.
ඉතින් මේ උන්ගේ මේ කෝච් එක තමයි නේද බං මේක.
And he's able to hold on to it. This gets awkward now. Everybody
has to pull out. Individually players ලා
අම්මෝ හුට්ටු ලීෆ්ට් විෆ් කරපු ඉතින්.
It's hard. That is a stunning round here for MIBR.
මගේ ඇන්ගල් පීකින් අවුල් වුණාට මම ඔහොම ගහන විෆ් කරන්න කලාතුරකින් මූණට ඉන්න කාට අර ගහ ගන්න බැරුණා මෙව්වත් වෙලා හිටියේ බං
some hungry to get kills play. I'm a Phoenix. Pistols. Let me just go kill him, try to get my ult again real quick, but
මොකද්ද මගේ වෙන්නේ
so heavily by Verno.
අල්ටි රහුල එකේ නමගේ
ඔව් ඔව් යකෝ
not connecting. But
ඔර බලපන්
Tex is just a hero there. Sick 2 shots.
I mean, Tex with a sheriff is, yeah, it's always something to behold.
ෂොට් දෙකක්
G2
විසින් බං
expecting him to push up to really fight for that lockdown position.
MIBR collects a couple
rifles.
Gets that stimulus for the last few rounds of the game, and as you mentioned, ults retained. This time G2 get right through A lobby with Mizzino wanting to slow them down. Ultimate ripped into long. Playing in there with the judge, so that's not going to be particularly great for G2 to go into. They have prowlers if they really want to go for him. Maybe a prowler into a Seize, something like that, or a dimensional drift into a Seize. I mean, they have some options if they really wanted to brute force and try to kill the Viper. I think they could, but also they could just go somewhere else and use the dimensional drift for an exec. Maybe go through garage, clear all of that out.
There are 4 other lanes that they can take on this map.
And the lane is going to be through the B site right now. Into that connector, does spawn out Zekin. They hear Tex
leave මචං second දෙක second focus කරේ බං අම්මෝ ඉවරයි noise බං second non noise බං
and the harness fury from Verno well held
අර ගැහුවා වෙලන්ටත් ගහපන් second අයියෝ fine බං it's fine
that was a cross map Hunter's Fury by the
way මම second ගහයි කියලා බං වයිස්ට මේ වැලෙන්ට Baby Bay kai කියලා මට හිතෙනවා වරනගේ Baby Bay going down Definitely no. He's going down. Yeah.
He's up on that stairwell.
He going down there. The Kelly baby day out the flank.
No.
Not a bad spot to hold here.
No.
Verno none the wiser.
Verno angle එක සුපිරි. අඩේ Verno angle එක.
මේ කොහොම මූ යන්න ඕනේ. ඔව්. මූ අල්ලන් ඉන්න angle එක කොහොම check කරන්නේ.
Looked dicey from MIBR, but they got the numbers in a big way. Valen has the post plant util though, and right on the other side of the wall, Harry's would be assailants.
අම්මෝ.
Is it going to be enough?
අනේ.
අරු ගහලා මේ අරු
baby බේෝ.
baby එක ගහලා.
What do we say about captain's maps? He's giving us another one.
කැරිම ප්ලේ
නේ තුනකට ගැහුවා
IG ඌනේ IGL කොහොම ගහන IGL නෑ බබේ
ඔව් අරෝ ඉතින් අරෝ ටිකක් හොඳයි කවුද අපේ මේ ෆියුරි එකේ ඉන්නේ ආටිසින්
අම්මට ආටිසින් ගහනනේ
කෝටිසියා නේ
මට බැරි මතක් වුණා
ආටිසින් නේ ආටිසින් ආටිසින් ගහනවා
ආටිසින් ගහන තව ඉතින් එනර්ජි එක ඊතන් ගහනවා
Fraud is just beside himself.
අඩෝ ඒක නම් මහා මේ Horrible. Pangko bang kaab kama. Boys wala nidagan. Mas nidagan.
Another map. Playing the Astra again. Crazy. Aspas has the operator.
Sri Lankan cricket team එක
dominant on this defense
අර
at all.
ගහනකොට නිකන් ගහන පොඩි ටීම් වලට රිදෙන්න ගහනවා. ලොකු ටීම් එකක් අප්පා පිටි ගන්නවා.
This is essentially hoping that Jaw is going to flash in. Maybe Tex can, turn it in time, have the judge, but the Mazzino is just ready to swing off of it close range with the Stinger.
It's very expensive though. It spreads you super thin across the rest of the map.
Yeah, they just have the alarm bot with the Molly over at C long, if that gets triggered by any presence, right? But
අම්මා තුනක් ඉන්නවා ගරාජ් එකේ බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා.
Posted up close. He has to keep his eyes on.
ගරාජ් එකට යන්නේ උන්නම් කන පිටින්
He just gets pulled to the wrong side by G2 showing presence on either one and then getting through free elsewhere.
This isn't conditioning. I don't know what is. Valen also implying a cross of lobby. Okay, on the main we go. That garage presence heavy could turn into a wraparound, but this mid presence, Baby is watching double door garage.
Looks like Tex wants to push out there, but he's going to have the judge at long range. Leaf is in some danger, wants to be silent, doesn't want them to know that he's on that cross.
Tex has got a judge.
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? How can they even flank out of there effectively? It's not going to happen. Leaf spotted out backside, but he's able to just teleport away. Time is ticking again for MIBR. Not one player dead on either side.
Verno's in though. That gate crash means there's little inside presence for G2. His Leaf had to get
out.
You
half කරගන්න බැරි වුණා.
Either it's not at half. Texas just still sat there with a judge. He can't flank effectively.
Flash comes in here, Verno. The relay bolts are going to be deployed.
Mazzino
looking to try and get it to hard. There's going to be some shots on the diffuser, and there is. That's going to be enough. Oh, G2 rolling it back a little bit with the classic B main post plant setup.
පේන දින 3-0 ගහන්න වගේ
මට කවුරු හරි ගමන්නේ දැන් 3-0 ගහන්න ඉක්මනට අපිට දාගන්න මොන කරුමයක්ද මේ මෙලෝ රහක් නැහැ.
There's no opportunity to close the gap with anything that they've got there. Easy for G2 at long range to just play post plant spam. They keep it simple, but that's all they needed to do.
Yep.
Great attack half from G2. You mentioned it there, but I think the conditioning from early in that game, brute forcing through Garage, really putting the emphasis on playing around the Phoenix, was then something they were able to work around later to win subsequent rounds. Great calling from Valen.
We've got a halftime interview here. Riv is standing by with none other than Shanks.
Halftime interval again.
That's right. I'm here with G2 Shanks. Watching the games already. You're up there co-streaming. How's the day going?
The day's going great so far. First game was nice. Energy kind of just dominated them. Second game, I feel like it's going to be a 3-0 the way we're playing right now.
All right. What are you liking about G2's new play style? How's it feeling? It's kind of a vibe.
It's kind of a vibe. I mean, last year we're just watching. We're slowly destroying every single team. But now, watching Jojmo and the Neon, watching Andre run. I did not think Andre was going to be this insane. He's the best 30-year-old in the world for sure.
Bring it in. See, everybody can learn from him, right? What are you seeing that's surprising you about this besides that? What's the team doing that you're liking right now and just how they're playing?
Usually, last year, we'd always play meta comps and we just play the meta and just destroy everyone. But now we're playing weird comps. Looking at our comp right now, no Sova on Haven, Phoenix, Yoru, everything's just weird, but it's working. And I don't think people are expecting that from us.
All right. One last question for you. What do you think this is going to be? You said the 3-0. Do you think one might come back?
I feel like MIBR had a really long day yesterday after playing 5 maps, and we're fresh, so I think we're just gonna 3-0 them.
All right, Shanks, thanks so much. I appreciate your time, man. Best of luck to the team, and we are going to be throwing back to the game, so let's get to the action.
MIBR liye පහට best of 5 එක
He's not wrong. That was a heck of a day for MIBR to have to play through and then suffer the disappointment after looking so good
time එක
at Breeze map
නැති කතන්දර
to lose
ඒකත්
the
හරියදී
series to Furia. Now they have to go up against G2 and spoilers. It doesn't get any easier as they drop down another run. There are heavy hitters awaiting in the lower bracket as well. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything must be earned. And now MIBR heading into the second half of Haven. With only 4 of those defense side rounds, but now they go to the attack pistol.
I am very excited to see what G2 have in store for us here with this comp.
And now MIBR heading into the second half of Haven.
MIBR just want to start this off playing off the wall. Right like this. If he's in danger, of course, can just get away, and there it is. Vintage shame.
And he barks out some commands as well to the rest of G2, making sure they know there are players afoot.
Does Leaf stay tucked? Okay, current is going to expire. Trent and Baby Bay just fighting for it. I mean, this round just it's actually cooked.
5 health per second. Dreams of kind of returning to that international representation that he enjoyed a lot of last year.
All 3 events last year, has never not qualified for an international out of a kickoff. But 5 HP in the clutch. One of the best players we've ever seen in the game. Like too much, but I don't want to speak too fast. That's my job from the server first.
We're going to have a double up here from the last couple of players. 5 second.
I mean, he could even
Oh.
You would hate to see.
But he has been present at 5 out of 6 of the last global events. Okay, here's the Blaze Wall in play. Zekin's going to have to make some noise at some point. Jaw gets it to half. Okay, Zekin's giving himself away and quickly silenced by Jaw. This is a dangerous situation to give up another pistol to G2 here.
Eventually, they have options for multiple offers, by the way, coming off of a pistol round win to boost their economy. Probably going to just be a little bit in that first half too. They could try to run double up if they want to really just be obnoxious. But this is a pretty straightforward round from MIBR that just gets dismantled because they're contact walking into the guys.
We are forcing.
Yeah, they're forcing up. They feel like they're in a dire situation. They are. They want to do something to gain momentum, have a bounce back here.
Dangerous stuff for Baby Bay. This time doesn't have time to get away. Okay, the Stinger playing towards Sewer. They've read this well. Trent looking to back off now.
The grapple and the seize is going to keep those players from MIBR at bay. Molly on top of that. Pinged up by the Haunt. This util is just overwhelming from G2.
But again, Nonoga push there for Jaw, exposes him. Trent's going to try and play tuck.
Nice.
Through the smoke, but this thing is finding 1. Now Zekin will round the corner straight into the Bulldog. Trent launches his 3rd.
What? Verno after
1v1
Zeno doesn't quite know what Leaf is though. This is That's a nail biter. But in the end,
you just see the frustration, the dismay on Mazzino's face. Slams the desk after that.
I'm
sorry, this round from G2 though is sick. The util is crazy coming down at short. G2 get the kill in sewers. They are straight up sprinting. They go into a seize, then they're running into a
මටාපු feeling එකම මේ
G2 can get there in time, and they're even at a man disadvantage. You can see they're at an advantage because they just have everyone on the site ready to stop them with all of that. It's crazy.
People forget just how good a duelist with a flash and molly is.
Trent, by the way, just one away from the Nightfall after these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, we raised a question mark about the fade on Haven, by the way, but so far, haven't seen any huge issues for the lack of Sova.
Well, MIBR, nothing to offer in this round in terms of the weaponry. Couple sheriffs all ready to play off this trip. On left side.
වදින ටෝංගල මේ ටෙක්ස්ට් බලපන්කෝ.
He needs the Astra util here. Whoa! Okay, a lot to see there.
ටෙක්ස්ට් තමයි මෙතන වැරු ගත්ත කිල්ල. ට්‍රේඩ් එක.
MIBR will be able to get this space. Trip not activated just yet. Sees is good on to Zekin. But no one from G2 in position to play
Ammu
off.
lassana flank එකක් එනවා.
Timing from Lee. Perfect, yes, it does seem to be.
Mazino's having strips torn off him very, very low after that salvo. Now behind the clone, he can get back onto the side.
කොහමද උන්ගේ කොහමද double nice බා.
Get into the site itself.
අයියෝ එදන්නේ නෑ බං. උන්ගේ අර මාර මේ backup එකක් ඉන්නේ දැක්කද?
It's a bonus, but it's not really a bonus because it might be our force in the second
B
anyway.
එකට ආපු backup එක දැක්කද ඔබ?
ඒ කියන්නේ B එකට මෙහෙම ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් normal විදිහට આવුත් එහෙම දෙන්නෙන් මැරෙන්න පුළුවන් අර මේ උඩ පැන පැන ආවේ අනිත් පිටිපස්සෙන් එන එකට ගහන්න. උමල පිටිපස්සෙන් එන ට්‍රේඩ් කරන.
This is something that
අර
we're seeing
ඒ
from
මුන් ඔළුවේ තියන් ඉන්නේ නේද flank ඇවිල්ලා ගහයි අපිට.
defense. They are so
නේ
proactive
round
and
එකේ
pushing
save
out
round
extremities and going for long flanks on retakes. We saw that a lot from Jaw.
අත් එක text මල උදේ පාන්දර flank බලන්
We're
ඉන්න
seeing it from Leaf on the Yoru. Just an additional layer of danger going up against
අර
this
ටෙක්
team
තිබ්බ
right
back
now.
එකකින් එන්න බෑ.
Something that they
එහෙම ආව ඉස්සර වෙලා.
opponents always have to keep in the back of their mind once you get the spike down.
I feel like Mazino really
බලපයිති
demonstrated his
pro team වල තියෙන
in yesterday's
අඩුපාඩු
match. Honestly, just great performance across the board. He was the foundation
Sentinel
for what made it
මුලින්ම
such a
මැරෙනවා.
competitive series. But this map though, you saw that.
ඒ කියන්නේ හිතර නෑ ඉතින් මේ ගෝල් පස් දෙනා එකට තමයි ගහන්න ගියේ කියන්නේ ගියේ කොහොමත් ට්‍රේඩ් කරන්න බලාගෙන ඉඳලා පාම එකට ගියේ.
ගේට් බා ඉතින් ඔය
ට්‍රේඩින් අර මලා
මලාගෙන ඌ ඉස්සර වෙලාම උනේ ඌ ගියේ මම ඒකනේ කිව්වේ ටෙක්ස් මැරෙනවා කියලා
The
බලපන්.
last couple of days is starting to gnaw at them.
මම මට හිතන එක ටෙක්ස්ට් හිතුන්නේ නැහැ කියපුවාම බලපන්කෝ ඉතින් ටෙක්ස්ට් කොතන දින්නේ මං කොතන දින්නේ කියලා. මම යනවා බා ඊළඟ ටීම් එකට කෝචින් කරන්න ගහන්න බැරි වුණා මට කෝචින් කරන්න කොහොමද රුපිරි මං අඩෝ අපරාධය.
To be fair, there was an Astra Star in
ආදාර ඇයි බොරු කියන සෙට් කොල් ගැහුවා ඇසෙන්ඩන් බං ආතල්ල.
Yeah, but I'm looking for
නෑ බොරුනේ.
a real multiplayer.
ආයිදු වැසෙන් ගියෝ කියන ඌ ඉමෝටල් නේ.
ඒක තමයි ඉමෝටල් පුෂ් කරන්නේ අද ඇසෙන්ඩන් ගැහුවා.
නෑ නෑ ඌ ඉමෝටල් නේ.
හරි හරි ඉමෝටල් එකේ තමා මං කියන්නේ දැන් ඌ ආයි ඉමෝ පුෂ් කරන ගමන් ඉන්නේ.
ආයේ ඔය ඌගේ account එක නෙවෙයි කරගෙන account එක ඌගේ account එක place තුනක් send කරනවා.
You know, to counter whatever MIBR.
ඌ කියන්නේ ඒකත් ඌගේ නෙමෙයි ඌගේ අර උත් එක්ක ගහන අනිත් එක account එක. ඌ ගහන්නේ ඒකින් ඒවට ඌ කියන්නේ main එක වගේ.
Just patient.
ඒක place තුනක් send
Jaw has some backup here.
Yeah, Dre and
මුදෙන් අමාරුයි නේද ඔයාලට කම්බැක් කරන්න. ඔයාලටත් මිරකල් එකක් කරන්න ඕන මේකත් කාලා ඊළඟ තුනම එහෙනම් ගහන්න ඕන කවුද?
ඊළඟ තුන ගහන්න ඉතින් ගොඩ අමාරුයි.
That was informative, but all it does is provoke Jaw to move over towards the garage direction. It's more even distribution of G2 players across the map now, but MIBR seem adamant.
තුනම ගහන්න ඉතින් අර කවුද? පැනටික් ලගේ ගැම්ම අරගෙන ගහන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
මේ සෙකන්ඩ් ඩෝලිස් දෙන්න ආස්පස්ට ගෙදර යන්න කියලා යනවා කියන්නේ.
Very far away playing over at that seaside.
ඔව් සෙකන්ඩ් නීයේ මේකේ ගැහුවේ ඩුවලිස් නේ බං. මර්සි නෝ ගැහුවේ
සෙකන්ඩ් ඩෝලිස්
ගැහුවේ මර්සි නෝ ගැහුවේ ඕමන්. දැන් මේකේ අද ඩුවල් කන්ට්‍රෝලර්ස් ගහනවා. මොකටද බං ඩුවල් කන්ට්‍රෝලර්ස් ගහන්නේ?
කියන්නේ ඔක තමයි නිකන් මෙටා කොම්ප් එක වගේ තියෙන්නේ කියන්නේ. මාරු වෙන්නේ ඩුවලිස් විතරයි. يعني නියෝන් වෙන එකට මාරු වෙනවා එහෙම වෙනවා. මෙටා කොම්ප් එක ඕක තමයි. ඉතින් අර
Three sides at the same time, but it's timing. Okay, Jaw dropped, but it was a run it back. I think you're out of options here as MIBR. 13 seconds
ඒ
left.
කොහොමද බං වනෝගේ මේ හෙල්ත් එක අප්පුනේ?
Talon is ready for everything. Look at the half peak. Oh, even stunning up Mazino with the
ඇයි ඌට අරක දිලිටි මේක.
Not so isolated now, having to get the plant, but Mazino just got crashed.
This is some of the best play I think we've
වයිස්
ever
නෙමෙයි
seen
මොකಾದ
from
ගිනා ෆේඩ්.
Talon, which is a high bar that he's already set for himself. But
He always does
today
it
he
in
is
playoffs.
unbelievable.
It's always in playoffs, man.
4-on-2 retake. Zekin, Verno.
Trent on the backstab. Everything is in place.
There's
There's Jaw flash. It's a little too easy, it seems.
And Zekin is just unable to do anything off of it because he's caught in a grab. Will has to come out. Has
second නම් ඒ කියන්නේ second නම් මාර try එකක් දෙනවා ගහන්න බා. second support එකක් කරනවා.
මෙහෙම ආස්පාස් ඕමට second උත්තමන කොයිඩක් තරග තියෙනවා.
You know, just the recall star
ආස්පාස් උත්ත උට ඩෝලිස් ලොක්කම ගහන්නත් බෑ. ගහන්න පුළුවන් නියෝනු රේසු ජෙට් විතරයි. වේලෙත් පුළුවන් ඇති. වේලෙත් තින් ජෙට් එකගෙන එකටත් දුන්න. අනිත් තුන් එකක් ගහන්න.
He is playing so well right now. It's crazy.
6-7 rule.
6-7 rule වන්න. හින්දි දානවා.
I don't know what the rule is.
Presented with that comment, yeah. What is the rule? Not sure.
What is the rule? Not true.
Yeah, Riv, get it in there. 22 and 10 is Valent's scoreline, and now we are at map point. Haven and Breeze, both maps we haven't seen from G2 so far, and now we realize that they've been cooking.
That high-low face again. Messino just hungry to fight. High-low from Dre and John. Nets a kill. G2 match point. The game is just firmly in their hands. Dominant on their own pick.
Valent wants to push even further up the game, but it doesn't really matter. He's still just
You mentioned it at the top of this game. We just have simply not seen G2 on. And this iteration of G2, the new G2, are going to be something you could simply never be prepared for. Their playbook is dense, and also they are just going to hit you with relentless aggression. That was effortless. This is G2 at their very best. And Valent, but it feels like he's clearing it. Again, now in the
no more field killer live
back-to-back 20 plus kills, barely deaths.
357 ACS for the captain. Yeah, this is something a little different we're seeing from Valent.
අර නිකන් බං මොකද්ද ඕකේ ජෙල් එකක් තියෙන්නේ නිකන් අර ඕකට ඇබ්සෝබ් වෙනවා බා දාඩිය
The way that they set the pace over on that BC side, a lot of garage splits, playing with that Phoenix as the front man and then switching things up, using the Phoenix to sell fakes later in the half. It was just so thoughtful. It was all so well executed, man. Such a dominant, impressive showing from G2.
Corrode is on the other side of this break. We're going to hear from our desk and break down the action. Map 3 is going to be telling and crucial for MIBR.
MIBR. Sorry, ඒකත් හැබැයි පික් එක MIBR ලගේ බා.
වෙන්න. කොරෝඩ් යන්න අස්පස් වේලේ මම
සෙකන්ඩ් ගහයි ඕමන් බලපන්කො නැද්ද කියලා
ටිකන් ඕමන් කිව්වොත් ඒකත් තරහද බලන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ උතුන්නේ
බලමු මේ පික් එක එක්ක ඇස්පස් වේලේ ගහලා ඕමන් මෙහෙමයි
අනිවාර්යයෙන් ඒක වේලේ
සෙකන්ඩ් සමහර විට සෙකන්ඩ් රේස් ගහන්න ඉඩ තියෙනවා හරිද සෙකන්ඩ් රේස් ගහුවොත් බලාපොරොත්තුවක් තියෙනවා බලපන්කො නැද්ද කියලා සෙකන්ඩ් රේස් ගහුවේ නැත්තම් Second race
ගහලා අස්පස්
නෑ වේල ගහන්න ඇස්පස්
හරි අස්පස් වේ ගහනවා මම හිතන්නේ අස්පස්ගේ රේස් හොඳ අරුට වඩා මම අස්පස්ගේ මූවමන්ට් හොඳයි රේස් එක
මූවමන්ට් නම් බලකට දාපම්බ අම්මා මේ කොහමද මේ අරකෙත් සුපිරි විචාස් ටිකක් තියෙනවනේ මොකේද රේසර් එකේ පබ් මේ මොකක්ද මේකට ස්පොන්සර් කරන්නේ මේ මොකේද
PUBG
නෑ CS2 රේසර්
ඉතින් මම දැක්කනේ අදද කොහෙද මේ රේසර් පුටු තිබ්බර මේ EME ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ
EME එකේ මේ රේසර් පුටු තිබ්බව යකෝ බෙස්ට් ඔෆ් 5 එක එකක්වත් ගහගන්න බැරුව නම් වහකන්න ඕන. වහ ටිකක් කාලේ කෙලින්ම යන්න ඕනේ බ්‍රසීල් වලට.
I am joined by Josh RT before the next matchup. Josh, you are working with a Swiss Army knife out there. What's it been like seeing how fast the team is transitioning into this new play style and just being able to work with them really anyway?
It seems overnight, but it was a month-long, maybe even more process.
Ado Josh ke kondit mage wage ba.
And it takes a little bit to
mage
get this
depetin
going.
yana oba
It just
mara
only
awula.
really came together. It's like a slowly then all at once kind of
මේ
thing.
wax කරලා බා.
After the Fury game, like I understood
ඔබ
like
ගානවද
where the
කොන්ඩි?
gaps are
ඕ බා
on stage.
wax එකේ wax ගාලා ගාලා මේ hack වෙලා තියෙන දැන් wax
Feel a
ගන්න.
lot smoother.
අඩෝ ඔය කට්ටිය තමයි මට මාත් පීරන්නේ බා.
What's
Carry out
happening?
කරලා
I was just thinking about Haven. No. I think there's more to come.
Love that answer. Good luck in the series.
Josh
Welcome back, everyone. G2 managed to pull out a Sovalus comp on Haven, and it worked. They look great, but we did hear from Coach Josh RT about the process and how this became a reality. And Mimi, you know, there's some confidence there on his side. He has every right to be considering how they're performing. But he said, hey, we probably haven't seen everything yet.
Yeah, the story for G2 for all of last year was this team who really perfected the meta. They were the Teo abusers early on. They played some of the best macro of pretty much anyone worldwide, except for, you know, your Fanatics, your Energies, the other absolute top teams. But now we're seeing them come into this year and play comps that I think objectively are not the meta, are not the best comp on a map, but instead these exploitative, explosive comps that they can come out with and perform so well individually on that micro level together that they still get the win dominantly regardless.
Yeah, it is impressive, Athena. And now we're starting to see more layers to this. We're getting just more impact in the server. The score lines are insane. It feels like this G2 team is not just found themselves, but they're also building upon it, you know, like round by round.
It feels like they've almost found a second identity where they're so used to playing that slow default compositions where they're just getting those picks and looking for the Senti into now this super explosive playstyle with that Phoenix. A lot of the time that ult enables them to take a lot of space, and it felt like they were constantly gravitating towards that garage, but it had a reason because that Phoenix wall is just so versatile from there, able to use it to block off that window or to take into that C site or even to take into B. It felt like Jogamo had so many layers towards how he wanted to use that utility with the Molly and the super fast Phoenix flashes.
Yeah, the flashes were kind of insane. We saw him use it as a piece of post-plant utility as well to kind of delay. But I think it just goes to show that I feel like G2 can run any comp but still thrive, because in all those clips that we just watched, one of the main things is that they were doing it together. They were constantly trading each other out, bouncing off of the Phoenix ults, following it up, and that was the reason why they won so many of these team fights. They were able to trade, whereas on the other side of MIBR, they weren't.
I think it's easy to also look at these big changes and think that they're just kind of coming up with a gimmick, doing something, you know, willy-nilly to throw their opponent off. But I think some of what you're talking about, right, with how they're always prioritizing taking garage trade draw, something they never did in their previous compositions, at least that same way, shows how much they understand the theory of why they're picking these compositions and how to play to their strengths and still find depth in it, even if it is this crazier off-meta pick, which makes it just all the more dangerous.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And not only do you have these incredible picks, these great calls, but you also are seeing the results out there on the server too, but it's not coming from the usual suspects. We did watch a couple of big plays there from Jogamo, but instead, Valen's having a life game right now. He's having a moment. This guy is insane. It feels like, Myrna, he cannot do anything wrong out there.
I feel like his moment to shine is in post-plants. The amount of clutches this series alone that he's had when he's in those post-plant situations is kind of insane. And the fact that MIBR keep giving him a lot of these 1v1 fights when they have so much util, when they have numbers up, is kind of insane. But I mean, the fact that he's able to capitalize on it so convincingly, as well as just constantly having that fragging power in the middle of the round while also being able to IGL. I feel like this is a Valent that's just on
Look
fire.
Look at these faces after he wins that round. That was 2 maps in a row, Emily, where he wins a 1-on-4 clutch.
Oh my God.
It just crushes them.
Well, I gotta say, like, I've been in so many situations where I've been in clutches as well, and I've had to do a lot of work to win those out, and Valent did exactly that, but also MIBR kind of fed into that. They didn't make it super hard. He didn't have to do some big brain maneuvers around the map or play it with any kind of utility. They kind of just ran into him, and his aim was on point.
Yeah, it was very different from the last 1v4 that he had on Breeze, where it was like working the map, the timings.
But even still, it's MIBR mistakes that are even making it possible to begin with. And
shouldn't even be a thing to begin with.
Yes, and after losing last night, map 5, going the distance, coming here again, losing 2 maps in a row, with your opponent coming out with new comps that you let yourself go into blind because they haven't had to play either. It's really a debilitating position for MIBR.
It is. They're down 2-0 in this series right now. Let's hear what's going on in the MIBR camp. We have Coach Fraud standing by.
I am here with Fraud before their next map. Down 0-2 as we head into this one, but it's a fresh map. Where are you directing the team's focus here as you head in?
We just been lacking a little bit of that confidence when we're playing. Obviously, like, we're really good players, but we're just messing up on some little details like our spacing, our certain communication. So I think that's really the focus point right now. Is our everything is going well. Not really implementing some of those like final pieces to close out the round. So I think for us, it's really just put that going well. We're just not really implementing some of those like final pieces to close out the round. So I think for us, it's really just put that love and care to close out the rounds the right way.
All right, hope to see it, Frad. Good luck.
And you are hoping to see MIBR figure that out, but they don't have a lot of time to do so here because they're looking at the end of the barrel, folks. This is it. If they lose this here, it's over. They're cooked. MIBR have to take a trip to the lower bracket. G2 will march forward towards Santiago, Chile, and Athena, they're looking good doing it. But I will raise a couple red flags here in that interview with Fraud. Big fan of his, but for him to say, you know, all the little things, the fundamentals, all these things, it is concerning, especially when G2 have all that stuff pretty much figured out.
I mean, these are fundamental issues that are making big mistakes that are then converting rounds that should be wins into snowball rounds for G2. And G2 is a team that capitalizes when they have a lot of that utility and a lot of those ults, especially when you have agents like Phoenix. Like, you're literally giving him a second life with his ult, and you're just allowing that to happen. So MIBR, they need to really reel it back a little bit, and I'm hoping since Corrode is their map pick that potentially they kind of have a solid game plan going into it where they can feel like they got it.
One of the players you have to look at to recover this for MIBR is Aspas. He struggled on the Waylay this map before. He's likely to be solo on that role again. In the past, when he's played G2 and BO5s, he has always been a monster. He's never gone negative. This is one of his worst series, and he's got to lock in.
This is it for G2 Esports. A question on their mind, can they get that 3-0? They're feeling good, but MIBR need to stand strong if they want to stay alive in this series. Find out how it all unfolds after the break.
After the break, එවිල ගැහුවෙත් නැත්නම් වැඩක් නැහැ බ.
After the break එක තප්පරදී.
ඔව්. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා ඉතින් ගැහුවෙත් නැත්නම් ඉතින් අනේ මන්ද බ.
Here in his middle bracket, final, it's time to put up or shut up. G2 have paved the way here. A royal road to Santiago. It's not through the upper bracket, sure, but they're looking very, very good here at their second bite at the apple. MIBR, dejected, quiet, and in the words of Fraud, lacking that confidence, missing the polish you need to compete at this level. We're off to Corrode here for our third map. And this is where G2 laid that trap for C9 with a new look comp that featured the ISO. Something we're seeing run back with a twist though, as it's Jaw on the ISO and Baby Bay's on the Waylay.
As per the success of Baby Bay picking up the Waylay in their last series, back at it, I think this is the right switch. He looks better, more comfortable on the agent than Jaw does, and Jaw looks great on the other duelist. So easy swap, even though they did win that map. That map is what has started this 6-map undefeated win streak that they're on right now. And in that match against C9 on Corrode, they started down 7-1, but Baby Bay playing the ISO, he got a crucial 4K, and then he started standing up. He was hyping up the team, and they were so, before that moment, gone. Suddenly activated. They were playing with pace. They were aggressive. They suffocated C9 in that map. And from there, they have just been in this unreal peaked form. They are
අපරාධ
ready to
වෙනස්
close
කරලා
this
එදා
out.
බේබි බේබි වයිසොත් ජෝග මොගන්නේ
අනේ හැමතැනම මං කිව්වේ සෙකන්ඩ් ගහන්න හරි ඉවරයි බා.
ඉවරයි පරාදයි.
Contingency to give him a shield as they walk down mid. It's about to get hot and heavy up the top.
අම්මෝ දිය වෙනවා.
Finds two. Mizzino has to be committed to the situation as well, but he's found three.
අම්මර රුතුනක් ගව මසිනෝ ගැම්මක් කාලා යනවා ඉන්නේ.
Get online individually.
මේ මසිනෝගේ ගේම් ගන්න එක පාඩ දක්කද? ඌ කොංගේ.
The last remaining LATAM player trying to get to home soil and
නේ දුබුරු පාඩක් නේ තිබ්බේ බා.
And yesterday he felt so hungry in the server. You could see it in the way that he
ඒකෙන්
was
ගහපන්
playing.
ඊයයි බං.
G2 so far insurmountable.
නෑ ඔහි ජරෙන් already cross
Obviously a
ලගේ.
squad with the talent to turn things around.
අලුත් post එකක් මරු.
Like we said to start this game off, they're the super team built to beat the unbeatable in Americas. That was G2 last year.
They're here to disrupt. They're trying to break the mold.
මගුලක් වෙයි වගේ.
Combining Zekin and Ospas,
හරි
bringing
මසිනෝ
in the players from Lev that
Masino.
Ospas felt comfortable with before. But here's Leaf picking off Mizzino now on the run. One gets away, slips behind the wall. That's really well played to get this into the 2-on-2.
ගියපු දැන නම් දන්නවා.
Expecting another player here to have rotated.
අඩෝ ටික්ස්.
Stays hidden, tucked in the corner. Tex just doesn't check out.
ඔක්කට හුක් කරනවා ටෙක්ස් නේ ඕල්මාද බඩුවන්නේ.
Tex though has to
Nice
run
hook,
around out in the open. Now it's on Valin though. 1 versus 2. We need some big right clicks here from the captain.
Oh my god, bang.
Finally, it's been a while. We are finally post a pistol round.
No time.
මං හිතන්නේ මේ උන්ට ක්‍රවුඩ් එකුන් කෑ ගන්න එකත් එක්ක හරියට තැන්ගෙන්නේ නැද්ද කියන්නේ.
මේ එහෙම පොඩි එකක් තියෙනවා. ඔය දාන හෙඩ්ෆෝන් එක බන් ටිකක් තදට දාන්නේ. තදට දැම්මට සද්දේ මේ 0 වෙන්නේ නැහැ බං. හරිද?
ඔය ඉතින් මෙහෙමයි උන්ට සවුන්ඩ් ඇහෙන්න ඕක ඉන්නේ මොකද ඉතින් මයික් එක විතරයි.
ඔව් ඕකේ මයික් එක විතරයි. ඕක දාන්නේ බං.
ඕක නිකන් අර හෙලිකොප්ටර් වල තියෙන අර මේක.
ඕක දාන්නේ මේකට බං අර වටෙන් එන සද්දේ. ඔව්. හැබැයි මේ නොයිස් කැන්සල් වෙන්නේ නැහැ බං. ඔය මොකද එතකොට ගොඩක් ඔබ දන්නවා ගොඩක් ප්ලේස් වල මොකද කරන්න කියලා? මේ YouTube එකේ මියුට් සවුන්ඩ් තියෙන්නේ. මියුට් සවුන්ඩ් එක ප්ලේ කරනවා බා ගේම් එකත් එක්කම. එතකොට අර ඒ මියුට් සවුන්ඩ් එකට ෆෝකස් කර වෙන්නේ බං උන්ට. එළිය අර එළිය සවුන්ඩ් එකට නෙමෙයි. අරක ඇහෙනවා. හැබැයි ඉතින්
And so Tex had better have his 6 shooter.
සේව් රවුන්ඩ් එකේ ෆුල් ගේම් කරු. ඔව් බයි කළා තියෙනවා. නෑ ෆුල් සේව් රවුන්ඩ් එක ගහලා තියෙන්නේ අර සල්ලි තියෙන දවස්වල.
Working back towards that B side as well.
The full save round එක අරුන් හතරක් මැල්ලි ඉවරයි.
The judge playing towards site has to somehow deal with Baby Bay. Ready to just backstab out in range. Kill when he's tapping his spike and someone else is making noise. He knows there's no one close. He knows there's one upper.
He can clear that corner at least.
He's gonna know someone is in main. And he's got no time.
He too surrounds him, taunting him. And so they will take a thrifty here in the second round, if you can call it that. 6 at play in B main there to catch out the judge player.
Yeah, I want to take a look at all that util they used as well. The close pop flash that got sent out from Trent was perfect. But what was used onto Mizzino to force him back? I kind of wanted to see that again. Was that just the... I honestly couldn't even see, but Mizzino was forced back regardless from... Yeah. Could not see what was happening from Baby Bay's screen. My old eyes when watching a Waylay. How does Baby Bay know what's happening, bro? He's the one playing it.
One simple trick. These doctors hate it. All right, so same approach here to that B main area. G2 made the right call. Nobody lying in wait for them here on this B side of the map. It's MIBR down to pistols and a bucky for Aspas. This is the only map that he plays Waylay on that we've seen at least here from MIBR.
Not a team that has indexed into the Waylay meta pretty much at all.
I mean, they're still playing a bunch of Rays. They've always been a bit traditional.
Traditional. He wants to just stick to his classic agents that he made a name for himself. Champions with just playing Rays. And I do think we've seen in the past that that's been a problem for MIBR.
කොහොමද lower bracket එකක් ගහගන්න බැරි වුණා
They were
ඊයා
trying to figure out how to make
low bracket එක මුකුම පරදින්නව නැත්නම් ඉන්නඩි ඉවරයි.
And it just didn't really end up working until then Artson was kind of picking it up, but still it never felt right because you want Osboss to be playing the agent that he was opping or could off with, right?
නියමයි හුක්තු නියමයි කියන තමයි තියෙන පිළිප් කියන වගේ. වෙන නම් කියන්න දෙයක් නැහැ බා.
G2 they picked the right side and then they just got
නම් කියන කිසි
quite
දෙයක්
uneventful
නැහැ.
compared to the rest of this series. But again, it's 5 orbs that they pick up, which means that their kill contract is 1 away. Viper's Pit is 2 away. In general, these big ultimates are starting to come around the corner.
I need a gun.
So Jaw's heading over towards B main. I imagine G2 do want to get him that orb straight away. Just try to make one of those anchors disappear, dash on top of him with Baby Bay, and then even if Jaw loses the duel, get the free kill.
This ISO gives a good option for the mid take behind that contingency. You can't spam it down with an Odin. G2 want to go B again. And MIBR don't risk putting anybody close now.
MIBR don't risk anybody නෙමෙයි.
Dodge out that knife. Could have been kill
MIBR
contract time,
risk
but G2
all.
want to play a little bit slower. Because the MIBR feels like they were really expecting them to just get that orb and send it with all of those players in mid that could have flown towards B straight away to help.
මම ඉස්ටිං එක විසිට් කරලා තිනවා.
Containing on the A
මම හිතන්නේ ජෝගම ඔබ.
has been posted
ජෝගම
on
ජෝගම.
for the first 40 seconds of the round. Hasn't dealt with any real pressure. It's just Zekin passively watching on this A side.
අම්මෝ අන්නන්න වර්නෝ ගහන්න යන්න ගෙලින්ම
Break a Trailblazer, gets caught by a flash, spotted out. He will get hit with that kill contract surely as MIBR look at the rotates. They're coming from the top side of the map. They want to get there to help Zekin ASAP.
Yeah, Zekin's able to get himself out at the very least, but he's the kill contract. And he will be
second නගත්තේ
second ගහනවා.
Fight the fight, Jorby Zekin.
අනේ මගුලක් ගහුවා.
Now Baby Bay makes his way in towards Elbow. We are in the post plant here. Jaw with a double tap shield active can take the swing and take Arsbust to task. Mazino tries to get forward here. Trent wildly sprayed. Doesn't win it out, but
Baby Bay.
He's been neutralized. Baby Bay with the Spectre gets his.
This is must-win for Tex, trying to catch Leaf, but Leaf is just going to play it smart, ducks away. Valen on the re-swing, and now it's a weak Mazino. Not a lot of time, but he's on the
Mazino kill දෙකම ආගේ. පැටියෝ ගහගන්න.
He doesn't have time.
Oh, Leaf spotted him out at the last second as well, and the dink through the wall. Not enough damage to take him out.
Leaf නිකන් පොඩි බගක් වගේ දැක්කා.
Even with 2 kills there, there's no time to defuse, but we might be getting that Mazino moment on this map.
G2 with a great execute there. Jaw winning that duel. Armor pays off, I'll tell you that.
And so does the double tap. He got smacked.
Zekin had to break that first. Fair attempt from Mazino, right? Getting this 3K deals with Baby Bay, who got a very important kill late when he wins that duel against the Odin, just running with his Spectre.
How was he there? What is going on?
MIBR on the eco now. 2 shotguns towards A.
Over there.
I've got your train.
Okay, Seek is ripped early. Just to get an idea of the allocation of resources from MIBR, and many of those cabbages are running it down mid. That's telling.
B main as well. And now they just want to pivot over towards A, but it is the bottom.
He's got the perfect answer for the rat spot. Zekin steps up with the bucket of his own. Looks like there's a flash he's playing off his own.
කවුන්ට් එක අයිසෝ තමයි ඒත් නිවෙන්නේ අරුන් ගාගත්තා.
Does he check the second?
Baby Bay just chilling in.
අඩෝ රයිට් එකෙන් ගන්න එක ගනින්කෝ බං.
Verno, nice little timing there.
On the move. Okay, G2 been cut down to size. Oh, Valen. God, that is an important one to win. Tex could have been instrumental there.
බලපන් වැලන්ගේ දිව හැපුණ නැත්තම්.
And if you look, Valen can obviously play off this post plant.
වැලන් අර ට්වින්ගම් එකක් හපන ගමන් ගහන්නේ. අම්මෝ නයිස් බා.
He's feeling it. Baby Bay and Corrode defender spawn. Name a more iconic location. Where you got the ace before Trent could after playing like 2 matches.
Baby Bay at KBBQ and then the club. I believe is more iconic than that, but sure. Close second though. Chi-Chi's big fan.
Second was so close, but
second game එකක් ගන්න ඕවන් අර වේලේ ගහනට
ගහනට බං ඕ බං අපරාධ මං හිතුවේ second duelist ගහයි කියලා බං
against the ISO with the armor.
Oh yeah, it's
just depressing.
But again, this is G2 have the tools to fight into these chokes, whether it's spam from the Odin or a Bucky up close. You've got contingency and double tap, which are built to handle that.
G2 very slow to open.
Haven't
fought for any space too proactively. Of course, against this Waylay comp, you do have to be concerned about early pops. You could have a pop flash coming from Mizzino into the dash saturate, combo it with a recon. Or you can, instead of having one of the pop flashes thrown, use the paranoia, right? They have...
Deadlock හොඳයි ඉතින් pro match වල deadlock කිස් දේරුවන්නේ නේ කොම්පල්ට් හොඳයි deadlock pro match වල
ඉතින් වැඩක් නැහැ කියන්නේ ඔව් බං මේ walk කරොත් ඉතින් shift walk වලට මාට්ටු වෙන්නේ නැහැ
නේ නේ බං මෙහෙම දැන් pro match වල කොහොමද slow නේ ගහන්නේ ඒක W කරන්නේ
as this duelist fake and then hitting the other side of the map. There's only one anchor here. Baby Bay is in. Tex blinded on the run.
There's the shorty from Trent. Still fighting in the side. Mizzino gives as good as he gets, but he's knocked. Now Commando's still active. That might matter in terms of setting up this post-plant architecture.
And won't get the pit down from Leaf right away. If he does want to use it. Well, not a whole lot of delay though. Yeah. All good. Drone is sent out there from Verno so they can try to get back into elbow, but Jaws now just on the lurk.
There's a sense like this is just meant to be for G2. MIBR look listless.
Feels like this shouldn't have even gotten to a 2-on-2 situation, but still they have to deal with this pit as time is really
second gap.
Coming first, the drops out is handled. Hands knocked together as G2 get out to fight.
And they are just
එදා මේ එනර්ජි ලෙට ගහදී තෝතෝ හිනාවි
into this
එනර්ජි fucking easy කෙරුවා මේ වගේ තමයි එනර්ජි ලෙට ගේන්නේ
all the rounds he's going to be selling the fake on the opposite side of the map. He also just gets the timing rotating back to them to kill Ospas. And G2 do a great job dealing with the anchors on that site, having Dre's ultimate go off towards elbow, comboed with a flash. Tex had no opportunity to get a kill, to live, when there's just the shorty right in his face. It isolates Mizzino on site. It's just, everything is working perfectly.
Thank you for following.
And this switch up between Jorgamo and Baby Bay, it's astonishing.
Crown BM, hi, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the following.
It's crazy. One little switch, and all of a sudden...
Okay, bro, I will send a message for you.
Running teams over, playing his comfortable duelists, and for some reason, Baby Bay is just... Actually, maybe not for some reason. I mean, this was... He's just in Fade Smeeg territory. This is just a throwback to 2021, man. That's all it is.
Brick by brick, we have built back to exactly what Baby Bay was playing. That same style back in the phase days.
Sending
he came in, he was playing Viper, then Chamber, okay, then a little bit of Yoru, starting to move into duelist territory.
මම නම් කියන්නේ second year seed එක මාරු කරගත්තා නම් දෙයක් වෙනවා දැන්.
First smoke ගායන්න කියලා අර පොඩ්ඩක් seat එක දුන්න ගහනවා.
All right. Round number 7 beckons, folks. Let's dive in. It is MIBR situation, except, well, Mizzino doesn't have the armor. And he's going for it.
G2 now going to execute through that A.
Mizzino going down, I think.
They know that elbow is vacant. Leaf with the perfect timing to catch Mizzino on the drop as well.
Yeah, felt like a risk he was taking there. All right, his contingency gets drawn into the site, but there is going to be a wall in the way. Flash through it. Verno continuing to give space. Good patience from MIBR.
Seems like G2 don't want to overfight this though right now. Just take a step back. Maybe use Valen's wall in an uncomfortable spot to isolate the player who has to defuse the spike.
Trailblazering link off this timing wide. Super heads up from Trent.
Yeah, that's great.
Site එක ඇතුළ clear කරගත්තේ නෑ බා.
Great angle to fight off of. Can Jaw go 2 for 2?
Second again.
Jorgamo I second ගත්තා. Second number ගෙව්වා.
Love that. Okay, now numbers getting even up here. Baby Bay might have to get busy, but he can't get into elbow. G2 have been forced off the side. Verno though can't quite get the defuse. Oh my goodness, 2 shots, 2 kills. Trent Shorty gets there too. And G2. Man, that is a defenestration of a round, Wyatt.
අඩෝ G2 වලට ref දාලා ඉන්නේ කෙල්ලෙක් ඔබ.
Good, and then the util after the fact, like that trailblazer you called out. Trent really got so much good info for the team there going in. There was an initial flash that was sent towards elbow while getting to the choke, so they feel safe to just take that space. Come
අත් දෙක බැඳගෙන
And then
ඉන්න
they're able to get back into link. Play a player from there. Late with the
Chinese
space,
වගේ බං Chinese
they
හරි
can
මොනවා හරි
close in from multiple angles.
I think this is getting out of hand now. I'm going to sound the alarm.
ඉන්දුනීසියන් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබ දැක්කද ටිකට් එක ගාන $18000යි බං.
මොකක්ද
මේ ෆයිනල් එකේ $22000යි බං ෆයිනල් එකේ ටිකට් එක.
පිස්සු දෙයක්ව එච්චර වෙන්න කියන්නේ එක ටිකට් එකක්ද පිස්සු.
ඔයකෝ බලපන්.
ඒක නම් වෙන්න වෙලට $220,000 කෙනුත් පිස්සු දෙන ගාන පිස්සු.
නම් බලවා පදින්න බම
ටිකට් එක නෙමෙයි වෙන්නේ. මම හිතන ටිකට් $1,000ටත් අඩුයි මම නම් හිත.
ඇකොමඩේෂන් උත් එක්ක කියලාද ඔබ කියන්නේ?
MIBR also
$220,000 වෙන පිස්සු දෙයක්
පඩ පදින්න බම බලන්න. ආ මේ දෙන්නේ
ෆුට්බෝල් මැච් එක කැමෙච්චර ගණන් යන ටික.
මේ හරි Valorant Master Santiago හරිද?
ineffective because G2 are ahead of it. Now they're starting to
Get your ticket. Tickets වලට ගියා. දැන් මැචස් තියෙන්නේ කවදද අපි ගියමු කවද 28 වෙනිදා ෆයිනල් එක ගන්න කියලා මාර්තු 28. මාර්තු 28 නෙමෙයි ෆයිනල් එක.
There's the dog.
මාර්තු 28 වෙන්නේ ෆයිනල් එක.
ගොඩ ඉන්න බාන කිය.
Oh, hit. Yeah, he's even vulnerable.
මාර්තු 15 බං හරිද?
Yeah, G2 making sure they know exactly what's coming and when. Fallon set up for the rest of them. Baby Bay wants to farm them up a little bit, and why not? Fallon
මාර්තු මාසේ
3 in a
14.
pretty uneventful round that sends G2 to 7.
There's only 8
bracket.
Come on.
Well,
pick it up, man.
Yeah.
Only 8 and 4.
They're 10k by the end of the day. Pump those numbers up.
Leaf at the casual 9 and 2 as well. This is just utter domination.
මාර්තු 14 මේ
But Ospas, this is
price price premium එක මචං $27275යි post එක $4091යි total එක 31360යි general නම් price එක ටික 22725යි post එක 3409යි
but sure the dollars කියලා
ඕ
උත්තුවි ඔය වගේ එකකට කවුද මම ඉච්චර දීලා පිස්සු
මේ ඕක එහෙම තමයි
20000ක් කියන්නකෝ පිටරට උනත් කැරි ලොකු ගාණක් ඒක
ඔව්
but if you recall they won the pistol right
yeah and then they
උන්ට මෙහෙමයි බං උන්ට ඉතින් $22000 කියන්නේ ඉතින් රුපියල් 40000ක් වගේ බං නිකන් normally
කිසි දෙයක $20000 කියන උන්ට තියෙන ලොකු ගාණක් යකෝ කාර් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්
ඔව් නේද බං ඒකනේ $4000යි ඔව් 20000ක් කියන්නේ ලොකු ගාණක්ද බං ලක්ෂ 50ක් එච්චර වෙනවද බං කැරියාත් එක ඉතින් මොකද්ද බං මේ තියෙන්නේ
ඒ වෙනමවත් කරන්නේ
මේ early stage මේ අනේ මොකද බං මොකක්ද
Giorgimo has a shield every time he
මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ බං
he is just frying them right now. Ospas committed to that fight early, but we are down to 2-on-2, Mizzino.
He's low. Almost feels too low for this.
ඒ මොකක්ද දන්නේ නැහැ මට ඒක හිතා ගන්න බෑ මොකක්ද යවුල
actually has become a real chance for them to get this first gun round
win. ඒක යෝගම ගහපන්.
For Jordan, he's looking.
පටුට වල්නරබල් එකක් දෙන්න නේද කියන්නේ.
Quiet achiever. He'll tuck on the corner. And Tex is looking to step up. The role player.
Honey,
and it's Trent that takes it. Devastating round loss for MIBR. They bought into it. Aspas with an op, and they got completely thwarted.
Feels like just a resigned look on Tech's face after that. Didn't even show frustrated emotion, just like an acceptance of the situation that they're in.
අඩ මටත් ඒ ටිකට් කතන්දරේ තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක $20000ක් ගාණක් කියන්න too much නේ.
ඉච්චර වෙන්නේ එන්නේ මම ෆුට්බෝල් මැච් එකකවත් ඉච්චර නැතුව ඒ කියන්නේ ෆුට්බෝල් මැච් තියෙනවා ගණන් වලට ඔය වගේ. normal එක
that shield is going to get popped and your op is useless in that situation.
සම්පූර්ණ ගාණක් දන්නේ නැහැ නේද?
ready to support really for him to stay on that.
20000 ගාණක ටිකට් විකිනලා කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ නේද?
එහෙම දන්නේ නැහැ.
Yeah, and it is fortunate that he's
able to get one there. එතකොට post එක 4000 ගණන් කියලා වෙන ඒ මොකද්ද බෑ?
He just needs to get out.
මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔයි.
Because he's been stationary for too long.
But I think that tells the story of where MIBR are starting to get individually. I think we're seeing it from moments with Mizzino. I think that's a moment that from Ospas
පුළුවන් ගානක් දීලා බා කවුද මේ ඔයගලන්ට
on this map. one
එහෙම
kill, it
උතත්
feels
නේද
like
බා
it's not enough. I gotta do
මෙහෙම
more. I have to do
මෙහෙමයි
something
දැන්
to win my
මේවයි
team this
ගේම්
round.
වලට මම හිතන්නේ මොන
Zeno's
ගේම්
on
එකකට
mid. I
එච්චර
got
ගණන්
two more. I
ඇති
have to get
කියලා
more than just
මේ
one
ෆුට්බෝල්
kill.
මැච් වල වගේ දිනන ඔය වගේ ටික
නෑ නෑ ඒ උනට ගේම් වලට දැන් අපි විතරයි බං මේ නැත්තේ අනිත් රටවල් වල ඉන්නවනේ බං
හරි හරි ඉන්නවා ඒකට ඉතින්
Away with something like that.
ඔච්චර ගානක්
Especially
තියෙන්නේ
not right
ටිකට්
now.
මොකක් වුණා
Overstaying a position against this team running double duelists that are going to be sending it on you, there's just no
Obtain
way you're going
ticket.
to get out, right?
Get your
Time for a
ticket.
change for MIBR. If it's not already too late. 7 rounds behind, only winning the pistol in this half. And they've been shut out of every round since then.
මට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ මොකක්ද යවුද කියලා.
Certainly
I
may just
don't.
get another jaw kill contract. Dude, second one more time. Let's break the tie. We need a rubber band match in the kill contract. Even though Zekin has the stinger. Hit him with a little Pain Zero type move and just run it down on him.
Run it up, yeah. Okay, so Viper's pit to B main. This is simply just to eliminate one lane.
කෙනෙක් මේ
one
හල්ට් කරගන්නවනේ.
And yet,
දැන් කොහොමද කල්ට් කරගන්න බෑ
they're heading in that direction.
උඩ කෙලලා
Players in that pit.
Big kill contract the Viper out.
You hate to get kill contracted.
Does Mazzino have to stand ahead here of the Viper?
Yes.
Oh
He would have to.
දැන් හරිද
That's insane.
දැන් මසිනෝට ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්නත් වෙනවා අලුට කිල් කන්ට්‍රැක්ට් එක තියෙනවනේ වයිපෝ ගහලා ගත්ත ගමන් බල්ලෙක් වගේ ඉවරයි
Right, what's there to be getting?
හරි ඉවරයි.
හරි වයිපෝ ගත්ත
Yeah, he's dominating. Tex though inside the kill contracts.
හරි ගැහුවා.
මට වයිපෝ දින්න කියලා
Okay, all of a sudden MIBR have found themselves. They're going to win this round.
G2 really just tries to rush that pit.
හරි ලීෆ්. අම්මෝ මම බය වුණා බා.
මුගේ ෆ්ලෑෂ් එක ඩොජ් කරලා ගැවුවා කියලා
ඔව්.
මම දැක්ක ෆ්ලෑෂ් එක ඩොජ් කරා
මම දැක්ක ෆ්ලෑෂ් එක ඩොජ් කරා කියලා ඔව්.
A lot of money to work with. Not too concerned.
නට පෙන්න ෆ්ලෑෂ් එක ඩොජ් කරා කියලා.
ඒ උනට පැරෙන්ට් එකයි ෆ්ලෑෂ් එක පොප්පුර තියෙන්නේ
That's nice, just sidestepping there, gets that first
මස්මිනෝ තමයි මම ගහන්න
out onto
ඒකනේ බං.
That really is the determination.
මස්මිනෝ
That is the
නැත්තම් ඒ
people
රවුන්ඩ්
I
එකේ
am
දෙපත් නේ උන්ට
going to win my team this game. He's doing
අම්මෝ
everything
ෆෝලස්
that he can.
යද්දත්තනේ.
He's taking the first step, but it's a long road.
මාරු බා.
Both teams just coming into some ultimates here towards the end of the half. Mazzino's null command could be important.
G2 trying to get into that B site, but will be denied of that right now. Push down mid from Verna, though.
What are they hoping
Espresso
for
Pignan.
behind this cosmic divide? Because they pulled out a B.
හරි වර්ණ ඉන්න කොහම. Nice one. Another one here.
Good first kill. Can anyone try?
අම්මෝ වර්ණ ඉවරයි බං.
You would think that a swing here from Valon, yeah.
අයියෝ බං ඇයි බං එහෙම ඇන්ගල් ඉච්චර මේ ඉසි හිතන්නේ?
But there's such limited information
අර
about the state of
මෙහිමනේ අර වයිපර් එක වයිපර් ලර්ක් කියනවනේ තමයි උවිතන්නේ ලර්ක් එකේ
They try to rush into A, though. This conversion paths could lock them up in the choke, allow time for MIBR to rotate.
That's really telling, though. That only one Seeker gets over to this part of the map. Oh, that's a big catch here. Convergent pass in play. Aspas Mazzino both hinted out, and Baby Bay might have the chance to capitalize on this, but refracts away. Aspas able to shrug off that hindrance now, and Jaws playing forward, caught by the fragment by the looks, and now Mazzino is trying to get in there. Aspas though's been picked up, this presence in elbow, and so Mazzino's going to go for itself.
අඩෝ මේ මර්සිනෝගේ බ්ලයින්ඩ් එක නම් වාසිනේ.
Gives it a tap.
සුපිරිද
Trent gets close
Oh,
to the
ba.
press, but sees Mazzino
Ammo,
coming,
well,
and now
ba.
it'll be Zekin. Baby Bay in a 1 versus 2. Has to move on up.
අම්මට හිකේ දාලා බේබි බේ.
They just smeared all over him.
බේබි බේ නැගිට පාරට තවනුලෙන් ඩිජිටල් ස්ක්‍රීන් එක බිම හුට්ටු. කුටු වැදිලා.
Last bullet, I think, on that one.
අයියෝ බ්‍රෝ. බලපංකු ගන්න එකත් බිමට අරගෙන අර. අම්මෝ රිෆ්ලෙක්ස්.
That does.
අම්මෝ බං අඩෝ ඒක ක්ලච් එක ඈ.
Similar reaction for the rest of
අනේ
us.
දෙවියනේ.
MIBR can't believe it. It felt like suddenly there was a moment. They're getting back into this game. Mazzino got that 4-piece on the previous round. They're aggressive on that retake. And still shut down because of a clutch.
Okay, Hanasuri here. Can Verno make an impact on this round? Tags are good on Trent, he's dealt with. That's a free kill, but Jaw finds his instantly, and he's got that top mid control into the side. Has the double tap shield broken, but this snake bite means that
බලපංකෝ ලීෆ්ට් එක ගහපන් ලීෆ්ට් එක ගහපන්. අම්මෝ වෙල් බං.
But his aim has been so good.
You can also come in here.
Able to assist. Does Jaw play this aggro? He wants to take the fight.
Ammo ei bang em whiff karane.
From Mizzino capitalizes off of himself.
උන් එන ප්‍රෙෂර් එක ගහන්න බා MIBR ලා දැන්
Valon needs to play for B main.
හිතිලා ඉන්නේ මේ රවුන්ඩ් මේ මැච් එක පෙරදම ගෙදර කියන්නේ ඉවරයි.
There's an Aldron coming in. Nova Pulse is used. Valon gives his position away, but he's baby
අර බලපන් පිටින් හිතන්නේ නැති තැන්
It's on Valon though, and Verno.
ඔන්න ගැහුවා.
The fuck?
MIBR saving a little bit of face
here in this first half.
අම්මෝ 393 කර්ස් කරලා ගහයිද?
It really does feel like just for a moment a burst of life for this team. And it does feel like it was Mizzino bringing that to him.
No curse, bro.
So we know the path that he's on right now, the story that he's trying to fulfill of being able to be that one player representing his region in Santiago. Not a stranger to the international stage. Internationals, what he was able to do at Champions with Lev before. And it really feels like he's trying to will his team.
Now we're gaming.
Oh, වර්නගේ අල්ටට ගියා මුලින්ම ට්‍රෙන්ට් ව.
Talk about the contrast and the hype levels from these teams. You really see it from the Baby Bay clutch to the reaction.
අර බේබි බේ ගහුව ක්ලච් ටිකක් නේ. අම්මෝ මා නයිස් ක්ලච් ටිකක් ගහුවා.
We'll be back after this break, of course, for the second half of Kuroda's G2 look to lock their ticket for Santiago.
අයියෝ මයි ගෝඩ් දෙවියනේ මොකද මේ වෙන්නේ එන්න නිකන් බොට්ටංග ගහිල්ලක් ගහන්නේ නේ මේ ලොකු රහක් නෑව
ඒකේ නොක් එකට කවුන්ට් එකකට විදිහට කෙලින්ම තියෙන අරුර ෂීල්ඩ් එක ජෝග මෝඩ් ඉතින් යනවා කැරියාගේ කඩාගෙන
බය වෙන්න නැහැ නේ යුනාට බ්‍රෝ
Tickets for Master Santiago are available now. Scan this QR code to score your front row seat for the first global event of the year. We're headed to Chile, baby. I could not be more excited.
onno QR code එක scan කරපන් Wolf. onno QR code එක scan කරපන්.
He's definitely playing like it. Yep. He is definitely playing like it.
අයියෝ
feels like in a moment like this.
live එක pause කරලා QR එක scan කරන්නේ.
හරි ස්කෑන් කරා
ඕකේ බලපන් මේ ඕක ලැන්ග්වේජ් එක දැන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා
going into today
බලපන්කෝ ටිකට් ඩීටේල්ස්
always going to be dangerous for MIBR. We said it at the top that they lose to Furia close
ටිකට්ස් කියන එකට නෑන්න ඕනේ
ඔව් යටම තියෙන ටිකට්ස් කියලා අපිට නිකන් අර පොඩි මේ ක්ලික් බොක්ස් එක ඒකේ බලපන්කෝ නැත්නම් ඔකේ ටයිම් ටේබල් එකේ අර මැචස් ගන්නට ප්‍රීමියම් එකයි ජෙනරල් එකේ ටිකට්ස් වල ගණන් පෙන්නනවා බා
දැන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා එක පේජ් එකෙන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් උඩ ටික ආයෙ මොකක්ද වෙන භාෂාව
හරි ස්ක්‍රෝල් කරලා බලපන්
හරි ආවා භාෂාව
දැන් බලපන්කෝ පෙන්නන්නේ මොකක්ද මේ පෙන්නන්නේ ටිකට් වල ගණන් කියන්නේ
මොකද බං දෙයක ටිකට්
ස්ක්‍රෝල් කරපන්
Zekin's hanging around.
යට යන්න ඕනේ
They're trying to spam through the population. It's perfect, but Zekin actually on the retreat and gets a lot of damage onto Trent, so he doesn't feel willing to
ටිකට් කෙනෙක් ක්ලික් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. හරිද?
Of course, it's not necessary.
ඔබ ටිකට් කෙනෙක් ක්ලික් කරන්නේ නැතුව මුලින්ම තියෙනනේ වැලරන්ට් මාස්ටර් සෙන්ටියාගෝ කියලා ඊට පස්සේ පොඩ්ඩක් පල්ලයට ස්ක්‍රෝල් කර කර යද්දි තියෙනවානේ මේ ස්ටුඩියෝ එකේ ලුක් view එක ඊට පස්සේ
මැප් එකක් තියෙනවා
ඊට පස්සේ ඊළඟට යන්න මිතන් early stage weekend කියලා මේ මැච් එකේ දවසත් එක්ක මේ ස්ටුඩියෝ එකේ මැප් එක තියෙනවනේ ස්ටේජ් එකේ මැප් එක ඊට පල්ලෙහාට ස්ක්‍රෝල් කරගෙන බලයන්කෝ
Great kill, and now this player with the shorty lead going to need to reposition. MIBR just circumvented him completely by getting to back A instead, flipping the map.
map එකට පල්ලෙහෙන් තියෙන්නේ මේ matches වල time table ටික.
No, there's just no way. They're not going to.
විජේරෙන් නේද පටන් ගන්න මාර්ච් 15 වෙනකන් තියෙනවා. මාර්ච් 15.
So dangerous.
At that range, are you kidding me? Oh, the double tap gets one. So it's down to Zekin. Trent and Baby Bay a little split right now. Baby Bay a little bit alone,
That
but
can
does
I-
not care.
එතන දියම ඔබගේ දැන් තියෙන ටිකට් ප්‍රයිස් ටිකනේ
around the corner.
සර්විස් චාර්ජ් එක
Before the
2000
spike was
ගානයි
planted, and
ප්‍රීමියම්
Zekin
එකට
would be able to get off of it.
ටිකට් එක ටෝටල් එක 15000යි
ඉතින් දැක්කනේ
ජෙනරල් එක සර්විස් චාර්ජ් එක
The previous map, what he did on Breeze.
Oh my god.
ප්‍රයිස් කියන එක 9999
ඉතින් ඒක තමයි දැක්කද
Bruno gets that kill. I think we're looking at a completely different round, honestly.
ටිකට් එකක ප්‍රයිස් එකද බංගි
ඒක තමයි කියන්නේ
9999
Leaf
Shorty haters are fuming.
Leaf really had to make that work though. He played inside his own poison orb and had to basically take that max range shot with a shorty.
එතකොට ඒක තමයි ගන්න
On Haven, second half.
ප්‍රීමියම් එක කියන්නේ මේකෙන් මෙහෙම ගෙවන්නම ටෝටල් කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා
ඔය ටෝටල් එක කියන්නේ බං සර්විස් චාර්ජ් එකයි ප්‍රයිස් ටිකට් ප්‍රයිස් එකයි දෙකම එකතු බං
I like that from us, but now he's realised he's run out of rope. He's going to have to pull back, but the rest of his team is still going to hit this side. With the Spectre, what a flick from Baby Bay! That is nuts!
More 310
Purchase on the spike, and here's Jaw with a backstab opportunity. 2v3 again. G2 with the suppression on pace. That is tough. And Valor delivers a 4-piece.
Feels like everyone on G2 are just running around with the stim beacon. There's no brim, but it feels like they're just that quick. How are they there flooding? How are they there just shutting down MIBR that burst out of the choke the second they see Baby Bay? Mazzino going to regret pushing into that dark cover. Thought he had the timing. He did not. That's free for Valen. Come on, Trent!
මේ බේබි බේ ගහන්නේ ග්ලාස් මවුස් පැඩ් එකක් දුවද ඔබ
One from MIBR encircled. Yeah, this is a
ඔය
situation where they
මවුස්
just
පැඩ් එකට තට්ටු කරද්දී නිකන් එනවා අමුතු සද්දයක් දෙකට කඩේද මන් දෙක
save and let G2 just get to match point. God, they want to go for it.
Pass with a dive over towards Link. With the Bucky though, so getting out of Link is the issue.
I would have loved to have been able to find a G2 player actually posted up there to be able to get an opening kill.
Oh, no way.
Wow, what a kill for Tex to find.
Trento's just going to pick this up. Oh, around the wall, he can find a timing. He's still up. Second, trying to plug away at him with that Sheriff, but can't find a kill.
Gets the quick gun swap, upgrades to the Phantom on the retreat. Verno down mid. Yeah, you're not going to be wanting the stinger, the timing.
They know though.
Oh my god, Ospas somehow gets away.
But Aspas, his weapon there was the element of surprise. He's lost that now.
Look at this in the meantime. G2 have Leaf working down B main. So if MIBR do go hit B, you could have Jaw take a duel, then back up, control elbow, and they can set up a retake from multiple angles, except Zekin is going to re-clear in main. This fight is so crucial, and Leaf is not ready for it.
හරි දැන් මුන් එන්ට වුණා නම් හරි සයිට් එකට බං
They're everywhere. Jaw wants to refight this now.
කොහමද ජෝගේ ඇංගල්
peak
Numbers once more even. At least the Aspas can now play closer angles with this Bucky. It's actually in a decent position to make use of the weapon in the post fight.
MIBR are so spread across the map right now. Drone going to see Jaw, not going to see Trent. Verno right now.
හරි
A lot of help at Aspas. Wow, that is
හරි
sick.
දැන් ගහගත්තොත් තමයි
ඇනිමේෂන් එක තියෙන වෙලාවේ පීක් කරේ මෝඩය දාගෙන නෙමෙයි පීක්
Now onto the side we go. Much of this timer had to latch
Nice,
slow when you're
Seba.
trying to be caught. Aspas!
He just
Oh,
dives
my
right in, straight away, no hesitation.
And you know what? He doesn't pie. He's 4-13. My goat.
MIBR hanging around by a thread. All right, that kill had me sweating, not gonna lie. You know, it's not in the tournament anymore, but I thought that was popping for a second with that swing.
No pie. No pie. These are the things that we think about.
You will take any win you can get at this point for MIBR. Try to keep the vibes up.
So G2 obviously lost the bonus, and they're on this kind of buy. All right.
Yep, they have a buy that would really make you think they were about to go for some kind of double dash thing, except it is Baby Bay with the Outlaw. How do they want to take this?
බේබි බේ පාත්‍ර ඉන්නවා අම්මෝ මං හිතන්නේ ටෙක්ස් ඉවරයි බා
Stands there.
ඕනේ මන්ද මාර ඇන්ගල් ගන්න බා
Tex is down, and he was the only one-shotable. Mazzino is there, to be fair. One of the only one-shotable players.
මට තේ අම්මෝ මෙන්න මු ගත්තා මේක
What's the vision here for
ෆ්‍රෙන්සිය
Nothing but the frenzy.
ජෝගම මතකද ගැහුව ගිය අවුරුද්දේ Frenzy එක ඇබිස්සල
කාටද ගේ
සෙන්ටිනල්ලට දොද නේද
සෙන්ටිනල්ලට නැතින උඹට ඔච්චර මතකයි කියන උන්ට වෙන්නද ගන්න
ගැව්වේ B side එකේ
Jiggle peeking, just trying to play in the rat spot with the timing. Oh my god, he has the knife out, but MIBR going in. He's gone into the corner. He's got
You've got to be kidding me. You just can't be doing that in this game. Trent's about to find Aspas there as well. They might be down to 2 players. This is G2 with a really safe, conservative buy. They're up by 2 and Valen is trying to chase second.
He gets ahead of himself.
අඩෝ සෙකන්ඩ් නම් ගහනවා බං පුළුවන් ඒ කියන්නේ
Oh my god, off the spike.
සෙකන්ඩ් මේ මාසිනෝ ගහන්නේ
ඔව් බං
in the hands of Dre. 1-1v2.
අඩෝ ඔන්න මට හිතෙනවා එයයි කිල් එකක් කියලා අම්මෝ නයිස් බං සෙකන්ඩ් නයිස් බං අඩෝ සෙකන්ඩ් නම් සිරාට ඒ කියන්නේ සෙකන්ඩ් නම් ප්ලේ කියලා ප්‍රූව් කරනවා නේද බං ඌ ඒ කියන්නේ සෙන්ටිනල් එකේ දීත් ගැහුවා දැන් මෙහෙත් ඇවිල්ලා ගහනවා බං ඒ කියන්නේ ඌ ප්‍රූව් කරා බං ඒ කියන්නේ සිරාවට මම කියන්නේ මේ ටෙක්ස්ට් එක හිතුන්නේ නැද්ද බං ඌ එතනදී කියලා ටෙක්ස්ට් එක හිතුන්නේ නැද්ද එතන
ඌ දැක්කේ අරූගේ අත කාගේද අයිසෝගේ අතනේ ඌ හිතුවේ අයිසෝ කෙනෙක් බං ඌ ගහන්න ගන්න එක නෙමෙයි නවුරුලු ඌ හිතුවේ අර ඇවිල්ලා බලලා ගියා කියලා ඌ ටයිමින් එකක් ගන්න හදුවේ එතන
I'm sure there's a way to turn that off, but I've just not bothered to find it.
Never tried to find it in the last 20 years of gaming. All right, Aspas is in deep, and he knows it's time to get out. Wasn't going to be able to get that kill on Shaw.
But here comes the lane. Here's Valen though. Can he get... Ooh, paranoid. This now is going to give that access to top mid from Zekin, forcing Leaf right back here at elbow. He's further forward than I would have expected, and it doesn't pay off.
No flash from Mazino, but just a jump swing into the real Zekin needs some assistance, and Aspas will be there for him. Mazino still is just determined to win these rounds, to will MIBR back into this game. Running on the line for G2 right now.
නෑ ඒක විතන බං ගොඩක් ලෝන් පීක් එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ බං ඔව්
ඉස්සරහට එන්න ඕනේ
ඔව් ඒ කියන්නේ අර ඇතුළේ හිටියට බෑ මොකද ගෝල් එක මේ පැත්තට වැඩි බං බාර වැඩි පෙට්ටි ඊට වඩා අඩුවෙන් පල්ලලා තියෙන්නේ බං
අම්බෝ තියන්න බං 19 kills top fragging despite this situation the scoreline the deficit I like that from MIBR though still remaining proactive in the post plant making something happen with a lack of utility to just get another kill towards elbow.
Masino though I get තුනක් ගහලා.
ඕවා Masino සෙකන්ඩ් ගහන්න බං.
Second handle that really well.
අරුන්ට ඇත්තටම තියෙන අනිත් තුන් දැනලා තියෙන මුන්ට සපෝට් කරා නම් හරි බං.
Looking to maybe activate a trap in B main or rather just a instant play right with that vulnerable going out dash as well from Baby Bay.
Aspas straight up mid now as well. Can't refract.
හරි ජෝගමු ඉන්න. අම්මෝ nice one.
Jaw just tries to take a timing but doesn't expect that MIBR
that
many rifles in his direction.
Starting to see a lot of these timings attempted by G2 here.
Timing part.
Hurry. Nice ba.
But that is a sick angle from Aspas.
Nice. Yeah, he refuses
another
to
one
give
here
up
ba.
that mid presence. He's second of the round.
Another one here.
MIBR are stabilizing in this anti-eco. Now set up for the A split, but they still do have to deal with 2 G2 players.
Relief utti varai man hitanne. Oh, nice one.
Good for one. Trent with his...
Trent dekka.
Okay, sure. To slow it down a little bit, I feel. Trent looking for a yard swing.
Oh my god.
Does he know?
Trent gannayak hambuna. Hurry, Aspas. Oh my god.
Trent on the line.
Ayi ban doesn't know කියන්නේ ඉතින්. උත්තර තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද බං?
Seekers are active and Trent wants to play off them, but is this going to line up with Leaf's arrival timing? Trailblazer for Leaf to play off? Wait a minute.
Oh, Zekin on the run. A couple shock darts, by the way, if they tap the spike.
Isolated. Could be happening here. Verno trying to cover the spike, and G2 have recovered.
ලස්සනට මචං මේ බේට් කරලා ලස්සනට ගහනවා බා.
That's close.
ඉස්සරහන් පැන්න එක බේට් එක රුදම ගහන එක.
ඔව්.
Stunned and pretty devastating here for the MIBR fans. Their hopes of winning this game. They were up in a 5-on-3 in the anti-eco. What was this? The kill from Trent is crazy.
අඩෝ අතන ගියපු අඩෝ Aspas ඇයි බං එහෙම ඇන්ගල් එකක් හෝල් කරේ?
නෑ ඌ හිතුවේ නෑ රෝමේ ඇද කියලා. එතන ගාන්න සුපිරි ටයිමින් එක සෙට් වෙමුට.
මේ Trent නේ.
Two supportive players in Trent and Leaf.
Oh, that is just a
මොක
disaster.
තව ටික වෙලාවක් ගියනම් බලනවා රූටර් මෙහෙම නේද සෝ එතනින් ආව විතර එතකොට ඌ හිතුවේ අම්මලසිරි නැහැ කියලා කවුරු
Mizzino wasn't the one that went down, so Zekin cannot be returned to the fray. Baby Bay inside the smoke as well. He wants to fight it. In mid, it's getting messy. He's hit with a hinder. Aspas able to capitalize on it. Now the presence over to A through elbow is there for MIBR. Trent down to A. Checks notes. Fragment.
ඒ angle change කරන්නේ ඇයි?
Now G2 with 2 come back into
ඔය angle එක හොඳ දැන්
kill contract rather for
බොනු
Jaw.
One enemy remaining.
Might just want to save it a little bit as Mizzino posts 3 in the round.
God, even still, with those MIBR players getting a lot of leaf lines them up, but Verno
තෝ එළිය වෙලා නිදා
on the
ගන්න
swing,
ඕනේ
ලාව කීයද බං?
emotionless, but able to win that round out.
කොහොමද මේක මුන් දින්නොත් එහෙම?
Mizzino is continuing
මම නිදා
to
ගන්නවා
find kills, to find impact.
කවුරු දෙද්දත් නිදා ගන්න ඔබට දින බොඩි ෂූට් කරනවා
Can tell he wants it.
Look, eventually, though, in every Valorant comeback, when you're trying to get back to
මේක
12
comeback
rounds,
වෙන්නේ
every
දැන්
team
මුන්
will
මේක
eventually
ගැහුවාම
run
කතන්දර
into
ඉවරයි
the
බං.
round where everyone has an ult. That is the most dangerous one. Eco
5
for G2, but surely they would never win an eco to close out the game against MIBR trying to make a comeback in the middle round finals to qualify for Santiago.
That's right, that's very
they would
specific.
never do that.
Very specific. But either way you slice it, it's 5 match points for G2. Okay, here's the set play. Ooh, Tex is down.
බල්ල බංකෝ.
Do find one of those
ටෙක්ස්
players.
නම් පුදුම
Deep over to the
සාපයක්
next side of
තියෙන
the
එතන
map.
බං.
I think Tex was caught with a vulnerable, so he gets one-tapped by a ghost. What a
අම්මා
crazy
ලීෆ්
sync
ඉන්නවා
of that
යම්
utility.
ජජ් එකක් තියාගෙන
ජජ් යන්නේ බගි එකක් වන් තියෙන්නේ.
Zekin does not lose those. I'm almost certain.
ටික ජජ් එකක් යකෝ බලපන් බයි එක ජජ් එක
ජජ් එකනේ ඕනේ.
කැරි ටයිමින් එක සෙට් බීට්
Okay, Jaw's going to back away. He knows things are getting a little bit dicey now in this kind of round. Trying to be anticipatory. But eventually his push out of Link should come. And Jaw just overextends for that information.
MIBR now on this pivot towards B. Crossfire
30
set up
seconds
though.
Ammo.
Mizzino can't clear.
The players are a great shot though.
1, 2,
Ammo,
3.
ammo.
තුනයි
Spike's been dropped in
උඩ පිටිපස්සෙන් කවුරු එක
Oh my god, ඩෝ බං මේ සෙකන්ඩ් ගැහුවා බං සෙකන්ඩ් ඇවිල්ලා ගැහුවා. අම්මෝ නැත්තම් ස්පස්
නැත්තම් හිතන ඒව ගහනවා රීලෝඩ් කරලා ගහනවා
පිස්ටල් එකෙන් ගහන්න පිස්ටල් එකේ රයිට් ක්ලික් එකකට ගියේ බං. වැදුණා කියලා දන්නවනේ.
Over towards heaven.
He's got a gun.
That is the perfect position for Zekin to close out this round. The two stars of MIBR.
But they are split. There's no crossfire here. And Trent can set up if he works around on the
Espas
right.
ammo espas
for
kanova.
Zekin to see him. Aspas is on the move. Like ships in the night, they've passed each other.
About the timing for
Trent's
that.
not going to be ready for this swing around the corner.
Oh,
My goodness, I speak too soon. And now he's spotted Zekin. Time, though, is of the essence. Paranoia comes in. Trent peels himself off the side. 9 in the chamber. Scant seconds remaining. Zekin won't give him anything to shoot at right now. The jump up. 6 bullets. Time!
කරනවා හො.
Trent, you kidding me? And he's got time to finish the job as well, surely. I can't believe it.
3-0 හිරත් වෙලා හුත්තු ගන්න බලන්ට යගේ මුන්නම් ඊසි කියලා ඉන්න
Trent saves the day.
අඩෝ ට්‍රෙන් ගැහුවා.
1v2. And we're all reminded
Oh
of why
my
G2 are the
days.
Damocles sword of Americas. Might not
Bottu
happen in the
වගේ
upper
බං.
bracket, but when they come down, it'll be felt.
Now on a 7-map win streak to be the second team to qualify for Masters Santiago. This new iteration of G2, this new style that they're coming out with, it's the most exciting, the most fun this team has ever been to watch. And it might also be the most deadly they are to play against. Now having Baby Bay picking up that waylay Jaw on the other duelist roles, he is back. He was really the lightning rod of so much critique early in this G2 run. Didn't really feel comfortable on that agent, but now after that loss to Furia, they have bounced back looking maybe better than ever. I think you could argue that, but always for this G2 squad, they will have doubters until they're at that international event putting up performances like they have here. But I feel like you can trust that this team should be making a deep run there. They look so sick. They played 2 maps today they hadn't played at all in this run, and they come out with crazy
By the way,
comps
GG.
cooked up where you
Well
have to
played,
give a lot of
G2.
credit to Josh working behind the scenes to maximize the potential of this team. The return of the Baby Bay duelist out in full form. Valen today was insane.
Lights out. Just an unbelievable game from him. And yes, the world once again are going to have to reckon with G2, but it's a whole new look, like you said, catalyzed by the addition of a 30-year-old ex-esports commentator in Baby Bay. Take a bow, G2. You gave us quite a show today. And we can have confidence, I think, sending this team forth to Chile. And I can't wait to see what kind of ruckus they're going to cause.
I believe for Valen today, that's a 65 for 33 kill to death across the 3 maps.
Light work, baby!
A closer series. He was maybe going to break a kill record. Played Astra to get all those kills, by the way. Insane from him.
Yeah, just had this incredible prescience in so many of these moments across the map. Intuition was absolutely popping off. I bet Dre's saying, hey, well, we get a trophy too? We're in the upper bracket.
Oh my god, boys.
Down on the stage for their middle bracket winners.
Finally,
it's G2 looking pleased.
Let's keep it going for your second seed to Master Santiago G2 Esports.
Enam boys and girls. Onatana mehem wadanne iwarai mage kaale naasti karaban. MIBR la. Yeah, boys and girls, thank you so much. Set eකට much love and appreciate too. එසේ නිමා විය එහෙනම් අපි යනවා යන්න මෙහෙමම එහෙනම් G2 එහෙනම් අපි කට්ටියම bye, see you, tata, much love, good morning everyone. එහෙනම් අපි ගියා, see you, have a good day boys and girls, tata, bye, see you soon, peace. I mean, it was a